Watching TaxSlayer calculate your refund feels like climbing to the apex of a roller coaster.
Here we go!
And flying down the tracks. At maximum refund speed. Start for free and get your guaranteed maximum refund. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
Exergen wants you to know about an important study just released by the FDA. It confirms what the medical community has known all along. Non-contact thermometers are not accurate, and they fail to meet FDA requirements for accuracy in labeling. With new strains of COVID on the rise, we can't afford to tolerate the rampant false temperature readings from non-contact thermometers. You need Exergen thermometers because they are accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure, be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice
News
President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no closing costs, period. It's no secret. Mortgage rates are expected to rise in 2022. But for right now, rates are still really good. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and the FHA have all increased their loan limits this year, so now is the time to make sure you're locked into the best rates and terms possible. If you're thinking about cash out for projects or simply want to improve your current rate, the time to review this is now, before rates rise. Our no closing cost program can help you get today's low rates without any cost or fees, giving you the flexibility to take advantage of current and future market conditions. Call us for a free review at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
The new year means new opportunity to save money on your insurance.
Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. Now is the perfect time to take a look at your plans for the year ahead. If you're considering a move, getting a new car, have new drivers hitting the road, or just want to reevaluate your coverage and costs, give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better coverage.
Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda.
You heard us right. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News.
Are being unmasked.
Right. All
I'm Dave
along.
Anthony, Fox News. While the CDC still advises us to wear masks indoors, more Democrat-led states are dropping mandates.
It was an emergency temporary measure put in place literally 2 months ago. And at this time, we say that it's the right decision to lift this mandate for indoor businesses.
New York Governor Kathy Hochul lifting that COVID order today, but not for schools. And counties and cities can still have mask rules. It's similar in Illinois, where Governor J.B. Pritzker is dropping a state mandate.
Doing what's right in your private business or for your local communities is encouraged.
Weeks after Bob Saget was found dead in his hotel room bed in Florida while on a stand-up comedy tour, his family put out a statement saying it's believed Saget died from head trauma.
Investigators believe he may have hit his head on the bed's headboard. Authorities say Saget had an obvious bruise on the back of his head. They believe he did not realize the severity of the injury. Saget was best known for his role as single dad Danny Tanner on the hit sitcom Full House. He was also the host of America's Funniest Home Videos.
Ray Vieta with Fox 35 TV in Orlando. The U.S. struck gold twice more at the Winter Olympics, giving the Americans 3 now, 9 overall medals. Chloe Kim won the snowboard halfpipe. Nathan Chen took gold in men's figure skating. There's drama surrounding a Russian figure skater who won gold. Fox's Simon Owen has details live.
Dave, Russian skater Kamila Valieva has been practicing as normal today, and Russian team authorities are stressing she has not been suspended after a Russian newspaper reported the 15-year-old had tested positive for a banned substance. Olympic spokesperson Mark Adams refused to comment.
I think we have to wait. Sorry, we have to wait with patience for this case to find its way to some kind of conclusion.
A medal ceremony for the team figure skating event won by Valieva's Russian team has been postponed. Dave?
America's listening to Fox News.
In the morning and at night, we're the station that gets it right. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
heading out right now through Immokalee. We have a crash on Immokalee Road right near the intersection of Bethune Drive, south of the casino. I-75 and 41, all clear. Really no problem spots out there on the interstate or US 41 early on this morning. Our bridge is looking quiet between the Cape and Fort Myers and downtown into North Fort Myers. Heading through 41 south of downtown Fort Myers, maybe a little bit of volume over toward Hanson Street where we had some construction earlier in the week. You'll still see some cones and barrels out there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Week News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the cold start to this Thursday morning, things will be warming up nicely for today. Look for a wall-to-wall blue sky and sunshine with highs topping off near 74 degrees. And a wind out of the north and east at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. We keep it quiet and cool as we head into this evening and tonight under a mostly clear sky. Friday morning featuring a low near 53 degrees. We're back to 78 degrees for your Friday afternoon under a mix of sun and clouds. Back into lower 80s by Saturday with just a stray afternoon shower possible before some scattered rain makes a comeback by Sunday. I'm Week News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596 BACK.
Have you ever had pain down your legs or into your hips and thought, why is this happening? There's a large nerve that comes out of your back that runs down into your leg called the sciatic nerve. This nerve can get compressed by a bulging herniated disc, arthritis, stenosis, or scoliosis. This causes sciatica, which eventually can lead to back, leg, or hip pain, weakness, or numbness. Avoid the band-aids like anti-inflammatories, spinal injections, or painful surgery. Sciatica, as well as bulging disc neuropathy and stenosis, can now effectively be treated with non-surgical spinal decompression at Johnston Spinal Care, 596 BACK. Spinal decompression decompresses the discs and nerves, allowing them to heal. FDA cleared, safe and comfortable. Make a decision to live life without pain. Call my office, Johnston Spinal Care, for a free telephone consultation. 596 BACK. 596 BACK. That's 596-2225.
Eating dinner in your underwear?
Honey, put some clothes on.
Taking cold showers every hour? Or pitching a tent in front of your refrigerator to stay cool. These are things you can do to beat the heat in your home. Or get a $49 preseason tune-up with no breakdown guarantee.
I love Cool Today.
Call it today, cool today. Visit cooltoday.com.
It's a new year and a great time to upgrade your cabinets. You want Sinclair quality. You want Sinclair craftsmanship. You want Sinclair cabinets. Sinclair Custom Homes now offers their handmade, built in the USA custom cabinets without having to purchase a Sinclair custom home. You can now have the same high-quality furniture finished cabinets in your existing home. Upgrade your kitchen, your bath, your closets, even your garage. For details, visit SinclairCabinets.com. That's SinclairCabinets.com.
Tee off for a great day of golf at Coral Oaks Golf Course in Cape Coral. Enjoy excellent playing conditions, GPS golf carts, a large driving range and practice area, plus Knickers Pub. Also sign up for one of Coral Oaks' comprehensive golf schools. The session's running January through April. You're sure to improve your game. Book tee times up to 7 days in advance at coraloaksgolf.com. We'll see you at Coral Oaks, where every day is a great day.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us a voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Hey, glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com. That's the website. Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching, subscribing to the podcast, and to our channel on Rumble. Keep that going. We appreciate it. All right, let's see. Some of the things we're going to talk about this morning. Don't say salad. I saw this in the news press. It links to a USA Today story. And Don't say salad. Soon we won't be able to say salad in the state of Florida. Boy, talk about some clickbait. So I clicked. I did. I got sucked into it. Oh, and it has to do with the quote-unquote don't say gay bill, which doesn't really exist because there is no don't say gay bill, but that's the words that they're using on something that they don't like in a House bill, the parental rights in education, and there's something in there that is bothering a few people, and we'll get into the don't say salad aspect of it. It's ridiculous. That's what you need to know. And of course, as most people do in the state, it's the kind of rip and read thing where they go for the salacious headline. They don't like the governor. They don't like Republicans. So they're running with stories. And in all over Southwest Florida, we get to hear about don't say salad. So we'll get to that coming up in just a bit. But here is a treat this morning, everybody. I had a conversation yesterday with Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com. We had a nice little discussion about some things that he heard that he was, I don't know, is irate the right word? Is perturbed? What's the word
livid,
that you...
Livid is the word. Livid.
Were you livid? I guess, yeah.
I was livid.
Yeah, you were. You were. Your voice was a little hotter than usual. And so I said, well, why don't we just talk about it this morning? Let's air this out. Let's talk about some of the things that are happening in the headlines, and so you can let out some steam or whatever comes out of your orifices, which I don't really. Hey, hi.
Is it the right term? Vent your spleen.
Is that what it is? Can you?
I always hear that, and I've always wondered, hey, where's my spleen vent? I don't have a spleen vent. I can't. At least I don't think I do.
No, I don't think you do. Although you never know. I mean, there's some porises in the orifices, and we're moving on. All right, it's breakfast time. Let's go.
Yum. Yeah. The spleen venting on display. Yeah, I initially thought about it after you and I hung up, and I said, "Is it the bourbon talking?"
Was that what that was?
No, I wasn't drinking yet.
Okay.
But I listened to the 5 while I'm driving in the evening, the 5 on Fox, and Geraldo Rivera, who I find particularly irritating on that show. They brought him in, and he seems to fill the liberal chair because they have a liberal chair on the 5, but he claims to be a conservative, but he goes more with the liberal opinions. Geraldo said something just really dumb last night. They were talking about all the crime wave across the country, specifically New York City, where the New York Post yesterday featured a photo of a guy at a Trader Joe's stealing, shoplifting, going out of the store with 10 steaks.
Yeah, they call him, I think they're calling him the Hamburglar.
Yeah, even though it was steaks.
Right.
I get it. But whatever. Yeah. But at Trader Joe's, walking out of the store with 10 steaks, not a small crime. If you think of the price of steaks today, that probably it might have been several $100s worth of meat.
Right.
So he's going out the store, and the store employees did nothing because why would you? Why would you risk getting killed, shot, stabbed, beaten up?
When they're not going to do it right. When they're not going to do anything to prosecute him anyway in a lot of these places.
Yeah, the guy's going to be out before the steaks can defrost.
Right.
You know, they're going to put him back out on the street. Oh, by the way, we don't want this evidence. You might as well eat it. But so they were talking about this because Al Sharpton said something really dumb too.
He did?
I
know. Come on.
You know, you have to have one of them high-speed cameras to catch Al Sharpton saying something dumb. Sharpton was talking about how upset he is that his favorite toothpaste is locked up now in the drugstores. I don't know if you have this as pervasive as we do in the Northeast. Stuff is locked up in the drugstores. It started with baby formula.
It started really with baby formula?
Yeah, baby formula is really expensive, and they started putting it behind plexiglass.
Okay.
Where somebody had to come and open it up. Then it went to fabric softener and laundry detergent. Also very expensive and things people want.
Right.
So, but now in New York, it's pretty much everything. And Sharpton was on MSNBC yesterday ranting about it. Here's what he said.
Yeah.
Al, would you like to join us?
Help us, Al.
A little something?
I don't know. Where's Al?
He's right here. My computer froze for some stupid reason.
Well, because that's what they do typically.
Yeah, that's what they do when you're live on the radio. So, hang on a second.
Okay, I'll hang on. We'll do it.
Here.
Okay, go ahead.
are those that are concerned, including me, about overloading the system in the jails with petty crime.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you cannot have a culture where people are just at random, just robbing and stealing, and is out of control, and is put on the front page of newspapers, which only encourages others to do it. In fairness to Eric, he's only been mayor 5 weeks. But but even as unfair to him, Eric, they're locking up my toothpaste.
So
are those that
Sharpton's toothpaste is under lock and key now, and this is the line in the sand
when
for
he
him.
is toothpaste, right? And when it comes, and to a broader sense, when it comes to his door, and there are things that are bothering him personally, as opposed to just everybody else, right?
He can't get his gum massaging toothpaste or whatever he's got. So Sharpton's mad. He don't mind the murder rate going through the roof in the city. The crime that is actually going to irritate him is the inconvenience of him having to find a store clerk and say, "Pardon me, would you get the toothpaste for me?" So that triggered a discussion on the View, not on the View, on the 5 yesterday.
Yeah.
And Geraldo was talking about this issue, and here's what he said.
Okay.
I really think that what we need more cops. We need more minority cops. We need better paid cops. We need stop, question, and frisk back. And we need to hold store owners like Trader Joe's responsible when they intentionally allow a thief to walk out and they do nothing to stop it. That only perpetuates this misery and adds to this epidemic.
They're afraid of being sued.
But they should get sued by the municipality for encouraging, creating a climate of lawlessness.
So he's blaming the victim for the crime.
Well, who's chiming in and saying she agrees with him?
Oh, that's Judge Pirro, which
So
is
wait.
really weird that she would say that.
So she agrees that Trader Joe's should be held. Now, if you're gonna, when I first heard this, when you sent me the audio and I listened to it, and I first blush, my thinking was, okay, so what Geraldo was trying to say, which I guess other people are saying as well, which maybe he took to an extreme, is that Trader Joe's and Dolce & Gabbana or Louis Vuitton or wherever you're seeing all these things being stolen, the phone, Verizon or wherever they're at, that their security isn't doing anything and they should be doing something to stop these people from coming in and just looting these stores. But there's more to it. So what he was saying was that they should be held responsible, as if to say, why isn't Traders stopping these individuals from coming in with security that they should have on hand to stop them from taking these things? And they should be held accountable for the fact that they're not doing anything with their personal security or the security that they're asked to have or they're going to need because of the failed policies of what is a municipality. That's, I think, but that's not, that's giving him grace, Mike. That is giving, you know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, I don't have that for Geraldo today.
No,
All
I
we
don't.
need to do is listen to the very end where he says they are creating a climate of lawlessness. He is saying to the girl who was just raped, well, if you didn't dress so sexy, you wouldn't have been putting yourself in that situation. These are store owners. These are people who have been suddenly victimized by a lawless condition that was enabled by the district attorney and the defunding of police and the order to stand down and not arrest anybody who's shoplifting to a certain level. Does this mean we have to sue the drugstores in San Francisco who are being robbed every day, the ones that are closing, the ones in Philadelphia near me that are closing because there's so much shoplifting? And God forbid you put security at your front door and you start stopping people that you say, hey, I don't know if you're here to shop. You look a little suspicious. Well, now you're a racist.
Yeah.
Now you're stopping people. We went through this before in the 80s when gangs of kids would walk into Tommy Hilfiger stores and security would follow them around and they'd say, you're racist. So this is a can't win situation.
Right. And, having said that, it's the last part that turned my thinking around at first blush about what he was, trying to give him the benefit of the doubt of what he was trying to say. But the fact of the matter is that still it is, number one, about the policies that have allowed this to happen. And oh, by the way, the other dirty little secret that you could probably speak to as well, because of what I'm reading about in all across the country in these places that are having this issue, is also the fact that don't think that it's just the individuals who are grabbing all of this and making the money personally by doing what? Do you honestly think that if somebody's running into a Louis Vuitton, they're doing it because they want the bag or because they're going to sell it themselves? The fact is that organized crime gets involved with this as well, and they help the situation. They know full well that these individuals will go in and grab bags and grab phones and grab other things. And so what they do is they're willing to take it off of their hands. They'll do the dirty work of selling it, but they'll give money to them to pay them to do these, to do this. And so there's that's happening as well, which isn't being talked about.
Well, there has to be a marketplace
Yeah.
in order for the issue to exist. The need has been created. The marketplace is out there. The dark streets are saying, we'll give you $500 for a $10,000 Louis Vuitton bag or a Hermes bag. So those marketplaces exist already.
Yeah.
And the organized crime element has now jumped into this. And all they're doing are recruiting street soldiers. This is nothing different than the cartels and the drugs and the kid on the street who's selling money to buy the sneakers he wants.
Right. Mike Opelka joining us this morning and talking about this issue of Geraldo and Al Sharpton and this discussion about what is happening.
You got to say his name right. You're mispronouncing his name.
Who?
Al Sharpton.
Oh, all right.
That's how he said it. I always hear that because of my days in the 80s when he was just yelling all the time at people about things.
I've never heard Al Sharpton speak about himself third person. I've never heard that.
Oh, yeah, he has. Some of the old tapes, and I think there were tapes of him on Geraldo's show. If we want to go back to it, if we want to cross the streams, but Sharpton still has a gig when he referred to Greek people using the term that starts with a ho and ends with a mo. He referred to Greek people that way in public and has never paid a price for it. Never had, and he obviously had some other distasteful things to say, but he's making millions from, I think he makes $5 million a year from MSNBC.
No, does he really?
Yeah, and he still owes back taxes.
By the way, speaking of people who say things and don't say things and can say things and can't say things and taking away somebody's speech and the like, Joe Rogan apparently said thanks, no thanks to the $100 million offer from Spotify because he feels like, hey, Spotify's kind of sticking with him, sort of, kind of.
Yeah, the CEO of Spotify said he was not gonna dump Rogan. That he's gonna stand with him, and that's not how this operation works. And if you don't like it, listen elsewhere. And Rogan has said, I'm not going to take the Rumble offer. Rumble offered him $100 million for 4 years.
Yeah.
And I respect Joe Rogan more for that. I'm not a big fan of everything he does, but guess what? There's loyalty there. Mm-hmm. And I think at the core, Joe Rogan understands free speech and understands that we have to have discourse and dialogue that's different, and I respect him for that.
What were we talking about before we went on the air? We were just going to mention something else.
Paul Krugman. The lefty economist. You know, as we wake up this morning, the president's Real Clear Politics average is under 40%, 39.8%.
Unbelievable
approval rating.
Right.
I'm sorry I'm laughing at it, but everything they're doing to rehabilitate the image of this president, from creating a fake war in Ukraine, which I believe this whole thing is bluster. It's all strum and drang. And I don't think there's any real threat of war. I think this is everybody's going to win.
Well, then you should stick around coming up at 6:35 because I have a replay of Mike Lyons, who's a military analyst, and he joined me yesterday to talk about it. Has a completely different take on it, and it's a pretty tough one. So I'm going to replay some of that because people were asking about it. But his take is a little bit different. Like He's saying it's going to happen. He feels all the indications are that he's.
I think this is all distraction.
Well, I hope you're right.
Like the new dog, like the new cat, like the cancer moonshot relaunch, all of the things that, and like the promise to appoint a black female to the Supreme Court. These are all distractions from the horrible situation we're having. I watch gas prices go up every day here.
Yeah.
And it's frightening. I watch the food prices. I do the shopping for our family. And it is, we're up 40% week over week groceries from a year ago.
Yeah.
I watch every single week. So, but Paul Krugman doesn't think there's a problem. Here's what Krugman said yesterday. Noted, I think he's maybe even a Nobel laureate or something. But here's his take on inflation.
Basically, the bottom half of the workforce is doing a lot better relative to inflation than the top half. It's the highly paid who really are seeing a big lag behind prices.
So right, because you who rely on about 40% of your income to pay for just basic things in your life, food, energy, housing, 50%. You 70% of the country living paycheck to paycheck. It's not really hitting you as bad as it is.
Wait a minute. Is the Nobel now the chocolate coin? Is that what it is? Is it like
it might
you
be.
peel off the foil and you can?
It got that way with Obama. Remember?
Right.
He did nothing and got it. So I don't know if I have to check and see if Krugman got a Nobel. I know he's got a lot of accolades.
Yeah.
But to say that this is not hitting the lower half of the economy of the people is just insane. And this is why you have Democrats running for the exits ahead of the midterms, because they're going to get destroyed.
Yeah. And what some of the spin from the media, like when you have Krugman on and you're talking about something like that, or Al Sharpton, who's upset about his toothpaste, and all this spin on all the things that are going on, some of it has been so over the top. And it's a piece of audio that I had to play that, when you talk about Ukraine, Russia, and, Mike Lyons coming up, we'll replay the audio from him, military analyst, so you can get his take on it. The comments from Vladimir Putin and addressing Zelensky in such a condescending way. Did you hear that whole thing just the other day when Putin was talking about like it or don't like it, it's your duty, my beauty.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah. So the other day, so no, but you got to check this. So it gets even better. So here's the fun part. So Vladimir Putin said he had a news conference with Macron, right? And the Minsk agreements was a ceasefire protocol, right? The Ukraine and Russia signed in 2015, and whether Ukrainian President Zelensky was going to abide by them. But Putin's coarse language, this is from CNN, rather than the technical details of the truce, generated the most clicks. And he's talking about the Minsk agreements, saying that are they alive or not? And Putin said, I believe that there's simply no other alternative. I repeat once again, in Kiev, they either say that they will comply or they say that this will destroy their country. The incumbent president recently stated that he does not like a single point of these Minsk agreements. Like it or don't like it, it's your duty, my beauty. They must be fulfilled. It won't work otherwise. So what did CNN say? And I don't have the clip, but let's just put it this way. This is indicative of why we're in trouble as a country, because of CNN, and in a lot of ways. But here it is. So I forget who it was that is the anchor there who was talking about this, and his comment to it was, well, that was kind of basically that crude kind of misogynist comment from Putin is just unbelievable, basically, paraphrasing. So in other words, the tough talk from CNN and what people would say is from the Biden administration is, that's so misogynist. Isn't that misogynist? I can't believe he would say something like that. That is just awful. Hands on my hips. I cannot believe this is happening right now. This is an outrage. Like, that's your defense. That's what Putin's supposed to be afraid of, is somebody who is a killer who basically is going to look and say, oh, I'm afraid because they called me a misogynist. The whole world may scrub me from their Instagram account. Like, what are you doing?
I can hear Vladimir now. Ma, they're calling me names. Yeah. Putin's a guy who puts out PR photos of himself shirtless on a horse.
Right.
Putin's a guy who plays hockey against the Russian national hockey team, and they let him score goals because they're afraid of him. This is insane.
Yeah, it
CNN has abdicated journalism. They're just done.
Yeah.
They're just absolutely done.
And so are we, unfortunately. I got to go. We got to go to break. We ran long. Okay, Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com. And who knows when he'll be popping in. Because I like this. I like when you pop in and have some things that are just popping. Popping in when you're popping. Something like that.
All right. Well, as long as the bourbon inspires me at night to call you and harass you,
Thanks.
I'll be here in the morning.
Okay. Fun. All right, I'll see you later.
See you, brother.
All right. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5. Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right.
This
all
Fox
along.
Business Report is presented by the Darda Real Estate Group at dartagroup.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
New research from Bankrate says only 53% of Americans have more emergency savings than they do credit card debt. The good news, that number's down slightly from last year. McDonald's getting ready to make your shake green.
The Shamrock Shake is returning to the fast food giant at participating restaurants nationwide for a limited time starting on February the 21st. It'll be joined by the Oreo Shamrock McFlurry, which first debuted in February of 2020 in honor of the Shake's 50th anniversary. Hillary Barsky, Fox News.
Wall Street feeling positive at the close Wednesday. The Dow finished up about 305 points. The S&P up 66. The Nasdaq doing all right for itself, too, closing up by nearly 300 points. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jill Nato, invested in you.
After 9/11, Saul Martinez couldn't wait to enlist. In Iraq, his vehicle was hit by a projectile improvised explosive device. Saul survived, but he lost both legs, suffered a traumatic brain injury, and lost 2 close friends. Saul now lives in a smart home from the Tunnel to Towers Foundation, which gave him back his independence despite his severe physical challenges. Help heroes like Saul. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at T2T.
Are you ready to list your home for sale? What if you could receive a guaranteed offer on your home with no showings, no open houses, and no stress? Contact the Darda Group at dartagroup.com to learn about their guaranteed offer. The Darda Group has 30 years of experience and consistently ranks in the top 3% of real estate agents in Lee County. Find out if your home qualifies for a guaranteed offer and how you may receive an offer in as little as 24 hours and close escrow in as little as 21 days. No home prep, no showings, no open houses. You control when your home is sold and when you move. Learn more about this elite real estate team and the guaranteed offer at dartagroup.com. Don't wait. Schedule an appointment at dartagroup.com. That's dartagroup.com. A Compass Realty broker.
Hi, Stuart Duncan here. At Duncan's Diamonds, we are the finest previously enjoyed Rolex watches, and we give a 2-year warranty. Come in and try them on. We offer great financing plans, too, of up to 60 months.
Valentine's Day is coming, and at Duncan's Diamonds, we have the largest selection of diamond jewelry at the best possible prices. Come see our enormous collection of engagement rings, wedding bands, diamond earrings, bracelets, and necklaces. When selecting your diamonds and fine jewelry, you absolutely want them to be the best. With Valentine's Day approaching, you need to get your special love something spectacular and unforgettable. Usually the gift list is a dozen roses, chocolates, or diamond jewelry. But at Duncan's Diamonds, you can get all of the above with any purchase, $99 or more. And we will not be undersold by anyone, anywhere. You can count on it. Come see us today. In Fort Myers on US 41 and the Gulf Coast Town Center and Naples at Mercado.
Let's roll, America. It's February and it's time. Get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in during Naples Nissan's Let's Roll America sales event. Hey, Southwest Florida, Aaron Walker here. Come roll with us at Naples Nissan and get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in, whether it runs or not. Push, pull, or drag it in if you have to. Choose from over 200 new Nissan models in stock, ready to drive home, and all backed by Naples Nissan's exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. Get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in and get rolling in a brand new 2022 Nissan today. Don't miss the Let's Roll America sales event only at Naples Nissan on Pine Ridge Road. That's exit 107 off I-75 or naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined. Visit naplesnissan.com for full details.
Hey, it's Tim Cooper with Health Plan Network. The open enrollment for the 2022 Affordable Care Act plans is over until next year. If you selected one of those high-deductible, limited network plans, you're not stuck with it. There is another option. My Freedom of Choice plan puts most of the coverage up front, where you only meet your deductible if you're in the hospital. You pick your doctors, and it's 30 to 60% lower cost than Obamacare. This plan is available all year round to those who qualify, and you don't have to be vaccinated. If you are paying for your own health insurance, you're on COBRA, or your employer coverage is just too expensive, call me, Tim Cooper, at 239-268-6712. That's 239-268-6712, or go to healthplannetwork.net. That's healthplannetwork.net, where we can custom design a plan managed by you, not the government.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
The news you need, the hosts you trust, getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Wink News, traffic.
Quiet morning drive across Southwest Florida. Getting a little busier on I-75 close to Colonial Boulevard. Southbound seeing some volume starting to pick up out there. No problems up and down US 41 early on this morning. As you're heading out through Alligator Alley, should be a nice easy ride toward the East Coast. Crash free right now throughout Lee, Collier, and Charlotte counties. In Naples, seeing a little bit of volume building at the intersection of Airport and Pine Ridge and over toward Logan Boulevard and Immokalee Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the cold start to this Thursday morning, things will be warming up nicely for today. Look for a wall-to-wall blue sky and sunshine with highs topping off near 74 degrees and a wind out of the north and east at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. We keep it quiet and cool as we head into this evening and tonight under a mostly clear sky. Friday morning featuring a low near 53 degrees. We're back to 78 degrees for your Friday afternoon under a mix of sun and clouds. Back into lower 80s by Saturday with just a stray afternoon shower possible before some scattered rain makes a comeback by Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. I recently had a very good friend call me scared to death about a mold exposure in her house. She thought she was going to get sick and die and all kinds of crazy stuff. The fact is, folks, that there's mold in every house on the planet. It's a normal thing. It's not normal, however, for that mold to be growing. So, if your air conditioning guy is talking to you about mold and trying to sell you a solution, and they're not a credentialed, certified expert, kick them out of your house. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. Call a real expert. Call me at Kobe Cooling. 239-482-1542. With more than 30 credentials, I'm the most credentialed guy in this business. That's why they call me the Mold Detective. My evaluations are free for second opinions. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, No closing costs, period. It's no secret. Mortgage rates are expected to rise in 2022. But for right now, rates are still really good. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and the FHA have all increased their loan limits this year, so now is the time to make sure you're locked into the best rates and terms possible. If you're thinking about cash out for projects or simply want to improve your current rate, the time to review this is now, before rates rise. Our no closing cost program can help you get today's low rates without any cost or fees, giving you the flexibility to take advantage of current and future market conditions. Call us for a free review at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
It's the story of two great loves, steak and lobster. Valentine's Day, February 14th, Mel's Diner presents this great combination to you at a price everyone will love. Just $21.99.
Back good times and great food.
The Lob Story is back at Mel's Diner for Valentine's Day, featuring a fabulous filet mignon and succulent lobster tail, including super salad and baked potato, $21.99. Craving lobster in the morning? Start your Valentine's Day with a Mel's famous lobster Benedict, starting at $16.99. Now that's an eye-opener. Feeling romantic? How about a mimosa with fresh squeezed orange juice? Just $5.59. It's all happening Valentine's Day with a special preview Sunday, February 13th. It's a new chapter in the steak and lobster Lob Story at Mel's Diner with filet mignon and lobster tail together, $21.99.
We're bringing back good times and great food.
Mel's Diner.
The new year means new opportunity to save money on your insurance.
Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. Now is the perfect time to take a look at your plans for the year ahead. If you're considering a move, getting a new car, have new drivers hitting the road, or just want to reevaluate your coverage and costs, give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better coverage.
Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda.
Chevy sales, Marty speaking.
Who's got monumental savings on every Chevy in stock?
Let me guess.
You got it, buddy. Victory Lane Chevrolet.
So, I've got savings too.
Okay, but yours aren't monumental. You just mark up the original price.
You spying on me?
Don't have to. I read your reviews.
Who cares?
Well, apparently you don't, so car buyers head to Victory Lane for no payments until June on all new Chevys and a hassle-free experience. Plus, Victory Lane pardons bad credit with their goal, 100% credit approval. I just wish they could pardon your reviews.
I got a review for you. 0 stars.
Oh, so he does read his reviews. Get monumental savings at Victory Lane Chevrolet. Make no payments for up to 120 days. Shop new Chevy Silverados, lease from just $399 a month. Victory Lane Chevrolet, on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com. 36-month lease must have current lease and household. $2,000 down plus tax and fees with approved credit. All offers on in-stock vehicles. Offers cannot combine. Ends 2/28/22.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching. Don't say salad in the state of Florida. What's that all about? Well, it's a big blazing headline in the news press, so you got to click on it because it's great clickbait. Let's find out what that is coming up in just a little bit. But first, I asked Jake the Millennial, a question. I hope he knows the answer to this. Jake, what is a triceratops?
Dinosaur.
It's a dinosaur. Do you know, this is just an aside. Do you know what it looks like? Which, because you have the T-Rex is the big
Like a giant bird.
The Triceratops, you think, is the big bird? It doesn't matter. I mean, you are right. It is a dinosaur. Did you know that Joe Rogan's trying to kill Triceratops? Listen to Mark Dice in California on Joe Rogan decides to hit the streets and ask people.
Joe Rogan just killed Triceratops on a hunting expedition. A lot of people are upset and don't think he should be allowed to bring it back into the United States.
And I agree.
You agree?
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. He needs.
What do you think should happen to him he did have a license to go hunting the Triceratops. Some countries allow that. over in Africa.
Yeah,
and,
for the right amount of money, which
Yeah.
sucks. Yeah, but everything's about money and it's financial greed and it's a sport to him. But what about the animals and the planet?
what about the Triceratops?
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, it just goes on, but I can't play anymore. But just, I don't know, I thought that was funny. You know, like Mark Dice does these man on the streets in California and asks questions of Californians that you have to believe that after they see the video, it's like, no, I knew exactly what it was, or, boy, am I drinking that early in the afternoon? You know, those kind of comments. Or just because they're the Californians, there's a lot of issues with. Listen, if you're here visiting from California, you've come a long way, and welcome to the free state of Florida. It feels good to be here. Leave your politics there. Okay, we move on. I know it's so bad to say. Some people get upset about that. I don't know. You get upset about that? Or not you, Jake, but I mean people that you know. Or when you hear that, do you think people are upset by, hey, come visit Florida, come live in Florida. We are the free state of Florida. We've got a lot to offer here. Just leave your politics at home. Is that hurtful? Is that mean? Should we not be saying that to people?
I don't really care.
I know. Well,
Their
okay.
feelings should be left at home too, or wherever they.
Leave your feelings. But the truth doesn't care about your feelings. Facts don't care about your feelings.
How would you feel if someone just walked in your house, poured a glass of tea, sat in your living room, put their feet up on their coffee table, and just demanded things from you? Because it's basically the same thing.
Are you talking about any particular day of the week? Because it sounds like usually my Monday through Friday. Sorry.
With random people?
Oh, I didn't hear the random people. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Okay. I'm getting myself in trouble this morning. If you remember yesterday, we just kind of hinted at this with Mike Opelka. And just in case you missed it, Mike Lyons is a military expert, and he was on with us yesterday. We talked about the latest on Russia and Ukraine, and Mike Opelka believes that, look, this is all bluster. It's just Vladimir Putin. It's just talk, and because he's trying to get something out of the European Union or get something from pretty much the European Union or whoever. Stop Ukraine from being a part of NATO. That's all this is. So I asked Mike Lyons, I mean, he knows he's there on the inside checking all of this out and what he hears and sees. And, what do you make of everything that's happening right now along the Russian-Ukraine border? And what about Russia going in? Do you think that's going to happen?
Significant amount of troops that are surrounding Ukraine, both in the north from Belarus and then to, due east there, Russian naval assets moving now into the Black Sea. This would have been considered an act of war back in the 70s. This is what Arab countries would do to Israel. They would move this level of troops to the border, and they were considered an act of war back then. In fact, during the Cold War, if Russia did something like this, it would have violated multiple treaties with NATO countries there. But they've got a fist that's just so cocked right now to do something that there's has to be some expectation that they're going to do it. I mean, you just can't look at history and see when a country has assembled this kind of troops and this kind of assets. They've brought medical supplies, all other kinds of things that it's going to take in order to, I think, quickly invade, quickly strike, go after the military, likely kill 50,000 people. It's going to be a very much of a blitzkrieg that it'll happen so fast. It'll happen on television, too. That's going to be the difference here, unlike the Middle Eastern conflicts we've seen in the past few years. So again, I think you're going to see when the time comes right after the Olympics, they're just going to move very quickly because of their desire to take over Ukraine and create this true buffer zone between them and the rest of Eastern Europe.
And Mike Lyons there, a military analyst, and then, bringing up the point that people have said to me, which is what I brought up to Mike Opelka earlier, which is, hey, listen, there are people that are saying it's just bluster. That's all it is. They just want something. They can afford to do this. It doesn't matter spending all this money and all these troops and putting them there assets in the Black Sea and ships. It doesn't make a difference because it's really all just bluster to get something. It's not like there's going to be an attack. And what about that?
Yeah, no, the cost of what he's done already has been tremendous, and he'll be sunk if he doesn't do something with them, and that's what we're looking at here. He wants to influence, more than just influence Ukraine. He also wants to plunder from it. It has assets that it can use. Russia is a little bit of a dying country right now, so I think that's really all part of it. We have to consider this as a real threat based on the amount of assets he's put there, given what he also needs to control strategically. For example, when he takes Crimea, that's an important for his warm water port for his Navy assets, but there's another town along the port there along the border, and that's Odessa, the second largest town in the city inside of Ukraine, which is another important strategic asset of it. And we've got to think also Russia has been successful in combat operations for the past 10 years inside of Syria, so they've conducted warfare before. So I think that he's not going to let this opportunity go by, because I think he thinks any deal he's going to get from the West is not going to be held up anyway. I think that he realizes that Germany still is going to have to do a deal with him for their pipeline. They're going to have to still do all those kinds of things, and so I do think that he's going. We're going to talk. We can talk ourselves out of it, but given what's on stake here, I think he's still going.
He thinks he's still going. That's Mike Lyons, military analyst, and again, a couple of things come to mind, and I just wanted to bring this up because number one, obviously, anything that can take off the headlines of what has been a disaster in for the economy and inflation, the issue that we're going to talk about in just a little bit of mask mandates and how all of a sudden that's going away, and the real pivot that's happening, the real true pivot that's going on right now, which is unbelievable when it comes to masking, mask mandates, and even mass vaccinations and compelling people to be vaccinated. We've kind of taken quite the pivot right now. And this administration knows it. They know exactly what's going on. And you even hear in some of the reporting, remember, it wasn't too long ago, when the media was going crazy. They were going nuts because they saw Glenn Youngkin, the newly elected governor of Virginia, Republican, right, walking in a supermarket and being called out. How dare he be maskless? And then all of a sudden, everything is flipped. It went from crazy maskless GOP, Trump trying to kill your kids and all of this, and they don't care about you, to no, everything is okay. We gotta get away from masks. It's really about personal liberties and what. No, I'm not kidding.
In Virginia, the new Republican governor, Glenn Youngkin, the man on your screen, is defending his executive order, which allows parents to decide if they want their kids to wear masks in school.
Glenn Youngkin campaigned as if he were an ordinary suburban, fleece-wearing dad with moderate and inoffensive views.
Youngkin did exactly what a Republican does when they get into power. Let's look at what's going on. Let's move this state back 50 years.
Virginia Governor and Trump in training, Glenn Youngkin.
COVID politics makes a lot of Republican governors stupid.
We know Glenn Youngkin's true colors. It's MAGA red.
Then it's MAGA. See, that's the media headline. Going crazy. It's MAGA red. It's GOP governors and legislators. It's just stupid. And then all of a sudden, hold on. Everything changes. Oh, wait a second. The polling says people don't want to wear a mask and mask mandates anymore, and they've had enough with COVID and restrictions and mandates, and they're like, everything's changed.
New Jersey, Delaware, Connecticut, Oregon, and California all moved to relax their mask mandates.
These are all states led by Democrats in once hard-hit COVID zones, and they seem to be decisions driven by science, not politics.
Yeah. The reaction so far has been broadly, if not overwhelmingly, positive.
The facts are great. We're headed in the right direction, which I think we hoped we would be.
More signs the country is pushing to get back to normal.
The responsibility should shift from a government mandate imposed from the state or the local district of the school. Rather, it should shift to an individual responsibility by the family.
I just got to stop. Thanks to the Washington Free Beacon for putting that montage together. You see what's happening. So to Michael Pelka's point, man, if you wanted to get all of that off the headlines, boy, you'd start talking about war and other places and things to be concerned about. You can see that side of it. But there also is the side that Mike Lyons, the military analyst, sees with Russia and Ukraine. And, this is something that Russia's wanted for a long time, to kind of bring all of the former CCCP together, the Soviet Union together, and back, and how, when you have somebody who's ex-KGB and sees the past and believes that, Mother Russia needs to be once again brought back into play here, and what was taken and how it all ended, but there's also the side that sees all of this in this country. There are people who look and really do project weakness. They absolutely do. Like I talked about with CNN and Putin having this terse language against Zelensky and calling him my beauty, because he was a TV star that became the president there in Ukraine, and kind of calling him out that way, my beauty, and how CNN is like, do you believe the misogyny? I can't believe he's so misogynistic. How could Putin do this? Did you hear that? What do we do? We should take him off our social media accounts. We should ban him from Twitter. We should... Projecting weakness. And also, one other thing before we go to break, Jake, and we can do that right now, and it's this. People don't believe that we will ever see what we have witnessed in the past when it comes to world wars and movements of troops, and it will never happen in this era. It's changed. It's different. We would never see that again. Like, it's just impossible. I've talked to many people like that. Oh, no, not in this era, in this thing, with the internet and people having phones and cameras, and nobody wants to be looked at like that. It wouldn't. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5. Fox News, right all along.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Attention Medicare recipients. My name is Todd Van Owen. I live, work, play, and volunteer here in our community. New to Medicare, the area, have questions about Medicare Advantage plans, supplements, prescription drug coverage? Need a primary care doctor or specialist? Call me, Todd, 896-3100. Unlike football and TV personalities claiming to know Medicare, I've got over 20 years of local experience educating and enrolling folks in Medicare plans. Call me, Todd, at 896-3100. That's 896-3100.
We're just smarter now, you've heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. Anytime, day or night. If your plumbing's just not right, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter now, you've heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. If your drains are needing cleaned and your toilet's acting weird, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, smarter plumbing solutions. Oh, yeah.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. We're on the phone with our good friend TJ Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples. And listen, TJ, we know that when you're calling, something big is going on, something special is happening at Floor Meisters. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the almost 1 million square feet of CoreTech inventory on hand. Talk about that.
Yes, I have the biggest selection in Southwest Florida, and I also probably have the biggest stock of CoreTech. Got almost 1 million square feet. I'm ordering it every day to keep up with demand and to make sure it's here, ready to go when you need it. I've got trucks rolling in every day. I'm buying for 3 to 4 to 5 months out to make sure you've got it. If you got a contractor who needs some floor and they can't get it, come see me. We probably have it here.
So when it comes to CoreTech, listen, you know where to go. The selection's unbelievable at Floor Meisters. And if you're a homeowner, contractor, installer, and you can't find what you're looking for, now's the time to visit their store. It's 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco, or online at floormeisters.com.
There's too many. Way too many. Way too many vehicles. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Cape Coral have a problem with too many used cars on the lot. In fact, it's more used and certified pre-owned vehicles than we've ever had. Ever. Our problem is your solution, as Sutherland Nissan is heavily lowering prices on our massive inventory. That means lower payments, too. Shop pre-owned Hondas, Nissans, Toyotas, Chevys, Fords, trucks, SUVs, vans, even hard-to-find models. We've got them all and then some. As Florida's #1 certified pre-owned dealer, it's never been easier to buy the car you wanted, your budget. All access inventory, sales discounts, and offers end January 31st. Hurry to Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore, online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Cape Coral inventory combined. See dealer for details.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
What's going on here, Jake? Do you know about this story that SpaceX is a satellite falling out of the sky after a solar storm? I figure you know a lot about SpaceX and space and... Well, no, I know Ian Hicken is the alien guy. But, did you hear about this? It's falling out of the sky after a solar storm. You didn't hear anything about this. Although I guess they're going to stop making... Wait, SpaceX is Tesla, right?
Yeah, well,
okay.
yeah. So.
Right, same company, yeah. And I guess they're going to stop making Teslas now for a little while because they can't get the chips. So you're not going to... new models. You're going to have to put a pause on that. But, yeah, I guess a newest fleet of satellites is tumbling out of orbit? Being struck by a solar storm. Up to 40 of the 49 small satellites launched last week from Cape Canaveral. We've witnessed all of these satellites going up, right? Well, now I guess apparently they've either re-entered the atmosphere and burned up or are on the verge of doing so. Wow. Did you hear about that? Solar storms and...
I did not know.
Satellites are falling from the sky. We got a president that says...
True international average of pressure.
And nobody questions it. Seems like a logical progression. Wow. Don't say salad, though. Don't say salad in the state of Florida. I'll talk about this coming up.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage. Available at Navage.com.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and you know and I know that finding a doctor is one of the most important decisions that you can make in your life for you and your family. And you want to find somebody that's going to promote patient interaction and advocacy above all else. That's why I love Dr. Svetlana Kogan. She's my doctor, and I'm just telling you, it's that personal interaction, that one-on-one, the time that she spends, the huge amount of time going into detail. It's like nothing I've ever seen. And it's that connection that means so much to me. She's got a calming demeanor that'll help you if you've got anxiety about maybe issues that are going on in your life, but you need somebody in your life that you can trust, a physician that will listen. And here's the best part. She'll meet with you face-to-face anytime you need her, no matter where you are. You've got direct contact and complete access to Dr. Kogan. And that's why I love Dr. Svetlana Kogan. Find out more about her practice on 5th Avenue South by going to customlongevity.com. That's customlongevity.com.
Injuries on the job can cause you to lose control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar Levine. Money is not coming in and your medical bills are piling up. Our legal team is here to help. We can help you file all your workers' compensation claims to make sure you get the proper benefits you're entitled to. If you've been injured on the job, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Naples.
WTF. Yeah, you heard right. Rockstar Harley is willing to finance. Come down to Rockstar Harley's WTF pre-owned sales event this week. Good credit, bad credit, no credit, we can help. We must sell 50 pre-owned bikes by this Sunday at Rockstar Harley. Willing to finance 10 event ends this Sunday.
From early morning to late at night, the station that gets it right is 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right. All along.
More people will be taking off their masks. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. As more Democrat-led states plan to end mandates against the COVID guidance of CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky.
Our hospitalizations are still high. Our death rates are still high.
The change takes effect today in New York, where Fox's Tanya J. Powers is live.
Dave, the indoor mask mandate for businesses in New York State lifts today, but Governor Kathy Hochul says counties and cities can maintain their own mandates. She reiterated this applies to businesses, and the mandate remains for schools and other places.
We are still going to continue for now the requirement at state-regulated healthcare facilities. I think that's very obvious of why we want to make sure our healthcare facilities are safe.
Mask mandates will also stay put in New York City for restaurants, gyms, museums, and Broadway theaters. Federal rules still require masks on public transportation, including airports, buses, and subways. Dave.
Tanya, there's an issue Republicans and Democrats agree on, gaining momentum in the Senate to ban lawmakers from trading individual stocks.
This is all about restoring some trust and confidence in an institution that has one of the lowest approval ratings.
Montana Republican Steve Daines is introducing a proposal with Massachusetts Democrat Elizabeth Warren.
This is a first step in restoring a little confidence in our government.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has not endorsed a specific plan, but says stock trade bans should also apply across government, including Supreme Court justices.
Fox's Jared Halpern. The U.S. has won 2 more Olympic gold medals. Chloe Kim in snowboard halfpipe, Nathan Chen in men's figure skating, giving the Americans 3 now. A Russian figure skater is under scrutiny.
Russian media reporting that figure skater Kamila Valieva has tested positive for a banned heart medication, holding up the ceremony to present her and her teammates from the Russian Olympic Committee with the gold medal for the team figure skating event at the Beijing Olympics.
Fox's Matt Napolitano. The International Olympic Committee is not commenting. If Russia is stripped of that team gold, the U.S. would win it after finishing second. America's listening to Fox News.
This Fox News update is presented by Freedom Dental of Fort Myers. Online at freedomdentalftmyers.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Quiet morning drive across Southwest Florida. Getting a little busier on I-75 close to Colonial Boulevard. Southbound seeing some volume starting to pick up out there. No problems up and down US 41 early on this morning. As you're heading out through Alligator Alley, should be a nice easy ride toward the East Coast. Crash free right now throughout Lee, Collier, and Charlotte counties. In Naples, seeing a little bit of volume building at the intersection of Airport and Pine Ridge and over toward Logan Boulevard and Immokalee Road. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
The cold start to this Thursday morning. Things will be warming up nicely for today. Look for a wall-to-wall blue sky and sunshine with highs topping off near 74 degrees and a wind out of the north and east at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. We keep it quiet and cool as we head into this evening and tonight under a mostly clear sky. Friday morning featuring a low near 53 degrees. We're back to 78 degrees for your Friday afternoon under a mix of sun and clouds. Back into lower 80s by Saturday with just a stray afternoon shower possible before some scattered rain makes a comeback by Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Find conservative sanity and Sean Hannity at rightallalong.net. 92.5 Fox News is streaming live around the clock.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you in your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no closing costs, period. It's no secret. Mortgage rates are expected to rise in 2022. But for right now, rates are still really good. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and the FHA have all increased their loan limits this year, so now is the time to make sure you're locked into the best rates and terms possible. If you're thinking about cash out for projects or simply want to improve your current rate, the time to review this is now, before rates rise. Our no closing cost program can help you get today's low rates without any cost or fees, giving you the flexibility to take advantage of current and future market conditions. Call us for a free review at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
The new year means new opportunity to save money on your insurance.
Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. Now is the perfect time to take a look at your plans for the year ahead. If you're considering a move, getting a new car, have new drivers hitting the road, or just want to reevaluate your coverage and costs, give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better coverage.
Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda.
There's too many. Way too many. Way too many vehicles. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Cape Coral have a problem with too many used cars on the lot. In fact, it's more used and certified pre-owned vehicles than we've ever had. Ever. Our problem is your solution, as Sutherland Nissan is heavily lowering prices on our massive inventory. That means lower payments too. Shop pre-owned Hondas, Nissans, Toyotas, Chevys, Fords, trucks, SUVs, vans, even hard-to-find models. We've got them all and then some. As Florida's #1 certified pre-owned dealer, it's never been easier to buy the car you wanted, your budget. All access inventory, sales discounts, and offers end January 31st. Hurry to Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore, online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Cape Coral inventory combined. See dealer for details.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do.
Thank you for giving us a voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad to see you here. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele S3Es. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast and our channel on Rumble. Just don't say salad, okay? Jake, whatever you do, don't say salad. You won't be able to say salad in the state of Florida soon. It's one of the most ridiculous things I think I've heard in a long time. An unbelievably weird twist on a straw man argument that doesn't hold weight. But if it goes against the governor and it goes against conservatives and it goes against your values as a parent and your rights as a parent when it comes to the education of your kids, we'll figure out a way to twist and turn to make it sound as if everything is horrible and horrific and it's going to be really... Okay, so anyway, what's the story? So I'll get to the don't say salad portion in a second. But the news press had the headline that was taken from USA Today. And you see how that works. It's kind of the rip and read. Hey, look for clickbait headlines. Let's look for good stuff. And, by the way, if it happens to go against a Republican governor, and Republicans in general, hey, why not? Let's pile on. Good stuff. Okay, so don't say salad. How vegetarian school lunches got pulled into the don't say gay debate. What's the don't say gay debate? There's a debate happening right now about don't say gay? No, there's nothing like that. But the media has found an opportunity, and so have Democrats in the state of Florida. Another bogus charge against the governor and against Republicans here in the state. Here's what it is. There's a House bill that's out there right now. It's the parents' bill, the parents' rights in education. There's a lot of things in this parents' rights in education. Of course, parents do have rights when it comes to the education of their kids in a public school system that is paid for by you, the taxpayer, and voted by you, the tax-paying public, as to who is going to be the steward of good education, thereby putting school board members in place who at the moment pick superintendents. But that's about to change probably here in the state, and we'll get to that coming up. But you understand that there is a debate that has been happening in this country, a debate where Glenn Youngkin in the state of Virginia pretty much had nothing running else except that the parents had the right and a say in the education of their kids. That was the platform, the one focus. I mean, he had a lot of things, but the one focus was you've got the right to speak up about your child's education. You have a say in this. Where the Democrat, and I don't know why his name escapes me at the moment, if you remember in a very famous piece of audio, said, no. It's about the state. The state knows better than you do about the education of you kids. No. And we've had something to say about that for quite a while. And we're speaking about it more and more at school board meetings and the like. Okay. So parental rights in education, something that the governor supports and many people in the legislature support. But here's the catch. And if you read into the news press article and the way the USA Today network describes it here in the state, seeks to ban discussions surrounding sexual orientation and gender identity in schools and would give parents the ability to sue violators such as school districts. Well, let's play this out exactly. We'll play it out in a minute, but let's explain a little more because that's pretty vague. So they're calling it the Don't Say Gay bill because obviously they want the shock in a community to say, do you understand what kind of rights are going to be taken away from you? Do you understand that kids will commit suicide because of this? Suicides will take place because of what Republicans and the governor in the state of... Oh, no, that's not hyperbolic. I'll get to that in just a second, too. Of course, none of this is true at all. And if you actually read and you listen to those who have authored this, the concern is that, and as the text reads, a school district may not encourage classroom discussion about sexual orientation or gender identity in primary grade levels or in a manner that is not age appropriate or developmentally appropriate for students. Now, take that and put that aside for a second. Where does it say don't say gay? Is the word gay in the bill at all? Nope. Does it say don't say gay? Nope. But of course, this is what the left does. They find an angle and they run with it. So primary grade levels, you're talking about 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, 11-year-olds. Who should be having the conversation about gender and sexual orientation and sex? Should you have a say in that? Should you be able to speak to your kids about that? Should you be the first one to broach the topic of gender and sexual orientation? Should that be you or should that be a teacher and a school? And that's what this is about. And I cannot tell you how many people I know just in the neighborhood that I live in and the people that I have talked to that have said to me that their 9-year-olds, their 8-year-olds have come back from school and asked what is gay, or have said things about sexual orientation using the word and not even understanding what it means, but they heard it in school in a classroom. Now, of course, you have the left in the state who is going to make it sound like it's going to... Well, you know what? I don't even have to explain. Let's let Pete Buttigieg explain this, because Pete Buttigieg went on to CNN and was asked about this very thing by CNN. And of course, you know, it's an outrage. But let's kind of break down what he says about this specifically. Listen.
So I do want to ask you about Florida's Don't Say Gay bill.
Okay, right. So hold on. Stop. Okay, so right away. Do you see how this works on CNN? We're going to ask about the Don't Say Gay bill. It's not the call. It's called the Don't Say Gay bill. Gay's not even mentioned in the bill, but yet this is what CNN does. This is how they roll.
I do want to ask you about Florida's Don't Say Gay bill.
Gotcha.
Your husband, Chasten, is speaking out against the legislation. He says, in particular, that it could lead to more suicides among LGBTQ youth. President Biden has slammed the bill as well. In your view, is this dangerous legislation?
Absolutely. Yeah, and the reason is that it tells youth who are different or whose families are different that there's something wrong with them out of the gate. And
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't say anything about saying something is wrong with them out of the gate. It says about who is going to have the conversation and how that's going to be opened up and whether or not the parents have a say in this, and the parents are going to be able to have this conversation as opposed to a school who is going to do it for them.
I do think that contributes to the shocking levels of suicidal thoughts and suicide attempts among LGBTQ youth. Chasten, my husband, pointed out that, if our kids someday, some Monday morning come into class and kids are sitting around, the teacher's got the morning circle talking about how everybody's weekends went, and one of them says, I had the best weekend with my dad's. Is it you're supposed to say, no, we don't talk about that here?
No. Let's stop for a second. Number one, this idea that this is going to cause suicides, that this bill is going to cause children to commit suicide because of this, is a pretty outrageous thing to say. That is quite the leap. But as hyperbolic as they could make it, they'll go there. And it's not to say that there are youth that are out there that are troubled. But the conversation doesn't have to happen within the confines of a classroom. And when he says that what happens if the teacher says, how was your weekend? And somebody says, I went out with my two dads and everything was great. That you're not allowed to say that. Nobody is even suggesting that. The suggestion is, where does it go from there? Does it go to the teacher saying to the classroom, okay, 8-year-olds, let's talk about gender identity right now. Because it was brought up, let's tell you what is and isn't. And let's talk about sexual orientation. And how many of you... No, that's what we're talking about. That's a huge leap and a little different than the way it's being described. Is it not? Maybe you feel like I'm missing something. 239-479-5592. But again, what Democrats and the left in this state and across the country do is they find a willing media to latch onto these terms. Don't say gay. Don't say. It doesn't say anything about that, but you're going to let that run because, that's what Democrats do, and they find this... Like the Affordable Care Act. What's affordable about it? Yeah, Nancy Pelosi thinks it's funny. And then on that, running with this narrative of it's going to cause suicides. That is quite the leap. Of course, everybody's concerned about the mental health and well-being of children, their own and otherwise. But my goodness, to make that kind of leap. And then where does Don't Say Salad come in? All right, I'll get to that in just a second. Hold on. Charles is in L.A. Hey, Charles.
Drew, how you doing?
I'm all right. What's up?
I had this conversation with my 8-year-old last night. He came home and in his classroom, his third grade classroom, the teacher decided to bring up the word gay. So I had to try to tiptoe around it. It's not that there's anything wrong with somebody having that or being that person, but an 8-year-old doesn't have to bring that person into their life unless they're asking about their life. So this morning, it's been a thing through every day for the last 8 years, 4 of them in school, including kindergarten, where I get a hug before I leave for work. Today he can't do that because he's not sure what's gay, and the kids make fun of it, or the teacher made it sound bad. What's that making him feel like? He can't hug his daddy. His sister can't hug her mommy because of whatever they're feeding her. He's got a sister a year younger than her.
Well, listen, we would, and listen, I appreciate the call, Charles. Thanks so much. And look, this is the kind of conversation that we need to talk about, and whether or not this is something that upsets you, putting it in the right context, as opposed to calling it a don't say gay debate. Like, we can't even have a conversation about this and explain to a school board or teachers how we feel about this without being shut down because it's their way and that's it. And there is no discussion or debate to be had. And then you have a legislator who makes the the straw man, ridiculous, outrageous statement. What if a kid wants a veggie plate without an okay from their mom or dad? There could be a lawsuit. Are you saying we can't say salad? Don't say salad. What are you talking about? Yeah, that's a Democrat who was going after one of the authors of this bill in the House. I think it was, or was it a senator? Was it Baxley? But the point is, yeah, it was Senator Baxley. But come on. I mean, he wasn't the one that was saying this, but somebody, a Democrat, was saying this to him, like to someone from Delray Beach, Democrat. We're not going to be able to say salad now. Don't say salad. Is that what we're going to do? Stop. All right. Allison's in Fort Myers wanted to weigh in on this. Hey, Allison.
Hey, Drew. All I'm saying is with the way they framed it already, you know that this is the way they're going to fight it. And so the teachers are going to frame it that they can't say anything or whatever. You know, they're
like the Democrats said, to your point. Yeah, don't say, we're not going to be able to say salad. We're not going to be able to say gymnasium. What else are we not going to be able to say?
Exactly. And so they are already revving up for it. You know, like, oh, I went with my two daddies. That's fine because the kid is saying it. The teacher is not. But then you're exactly right when they say, oh, now we're going to discuss this because it was brought up by a child.
Right.
And all they're saying is that you don't get to push your agenda, but this is the way that they will be able to push the agenda that they're wanting.
Right. This is so logical. It's so obvious. If a child is in a classroom and he's 8 years old and somebody uses the word gay and your child doesn't know what that means, and two kids are in a classroom before the class starts or there's a discussion in the hallway, that is completely different than if you're in a classroom and a teacher presents it and then starts to discuss it with the class and then starts to teach their thoughts and ideology, whatever that may be, to the students. That's a problem.
Exactly. Yes.
So, and again, this is how they're going to fight it. They're going to say, we're not going to be able to say salad. We're not going to be able to say sneakers. We're not going to, whatever. It's just, I know it's ridiculous, right? Allison, thanks for the call. But I put that out there because, look, there's so many bogus charges. And Jake, if you want to go to break, if you want to do that, we can do that right now. There's so many bogus charges against the governor, against Republicans, against conservatives in this state. Democrats have nothing. They've got nothing but to go after the governor and conservatives and Republicans on certain issues instead of presenting what it is that they would like to do for the state because nobody wants it. Everybody knows what kind of failure it is when you put Democrat policies in place.
True international effort to pressure.
And I'll leave it with that. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5. Fox News right all along.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596 BACK.
People who suffer with back or neck problems, whether that's pain, numbness, or weakness, deal with something that can be frustrating. Pain wears us down. It can affect our relationships with family and friends. It's not fun to be around someone who's always complaining about their backs. Don't resign yourself to having to live with pain. In my office, Johnston Spinal Care, I successfully treat the worst of the worst, those who get injections, nerve-burning procedures, or even surgery. And now they're back, golfing and living life. If there's a treatment that is extremely effective for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, or neuropathy, wouldn't you want to see if it can help you? Non-surgical spinal decompression is now in Southwest Florida. Safe and painless, more than just a temporary fix. Long-lasting relief that can finally heal the condition, regardless of age. Take the time right now to call my Medicare-friendly office for a no-charge telephone consultation about spinal decompression. Johnston Spinal Care, 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Your new home is calling you to live the good life.
at a good price. River Hall in Hampton Lakes offers the most livable master planned neighborhood in the Gulf Coast, with single-family homes from the mid-200s to the 800s. It's resort-style living with abundant recreation surrounding a Davis Love III Championship golf course, all just 20 minutes east of Fort Myers. See new model homes at livelargeforless.com. That's livelarge4less.com.
Well, hello there. I am the Guitar Hotel. I have over 3,000 of the newest slot machines and nearly 200 table games with real cards and real dealers. Come experience my incredible lineup of restaurants, bars, and of course, Hard Rock Live. Or spend a day soaking up the sun in my 18 acres of poolside paradise. I can't wait to meet you. Visit hardrockholly.com to find out more.
If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
Manufactured in the USA, Plantation Shutters for You is your best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Built to last forever. Call today for a free consultation. Discounts for all military and first responders. Also, if you support Biden, don't blinking call us. PlantationShuttersForYou.com.
As a small business owner, your bottom line is always top of mind. So start saving by switching to Comcast Business Mobile. It's a mobile service designed for small business that can save you money with unlimited data for just $24 per line per month for 10 lines. Perfect for any small business looking to grow. Or you can pay by the gig. And with access to millions of Wi-Fi hotspots, you'll pay only for the data you need, with no line fees, activation costs, or term contracts. You can save up to $500 a year on your wireless bill, all on the most reliable nationwide network with 5G included. And it's only available to Comcast Business Internet customers. So boost your business's bottom line with a more reliable, more affordable mobile service by switching to Comcast Business Mobile today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. Most reliable based on RootMetrics U.S. report. Results vary. Not an endorsement. Compares pricing of top carriers. Comcast Business Internet required. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes of usage.
There's no other love like yours. None can match the combination of shared dreams, exhilarating chemistry, and trust the two of you share. Valentine's Day is a celebration of that love and affection, and this is where the Diamond District shines. Visit Jason and Todd for the perfect gift to express your love this Valentine's Day.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new, custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Hi, Stuart Duncan here from Duncan's Diamonds. With Valentine's Day approaching, you need to get your special love something spectacular and unforgettable. Usually the gift list is a dozen roses, chocolate, or diamond jewelry. But at Duncan's Diamonds, you can get all the above.
Yes, we want you to have an amazing Valentine's Day experience. At Duncan's Diamonds, we're offering a dozen roses and a box of chocolates with any purchase of $99 and above. We have the largest selection of diamond jewelry and estate Rolex watches at the best possible prices. Come see our collection of engagement rings, wedding bands, diamond earrings, bracelets, and necklaces. Amazing savings together with roses and candy. When selecting your diamonds and fine jewelry, you absolutely want them to be perfect. Why settle for anything less than the best this Valentine's? Duncan's Diamonds, your Valentine's Day diamond jewelry and Rolex watch headquarters. In Fort Myers on US 41 and the Gulf Coast Town Center and Naples at Mercado.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Hi, Dan Martineau. When it rains in Florida, it really pours. Home without gutters can cause soil, landscape erosion, and potential foundation damage. D.R. Martineau will install new 6 or 7-inch seamless gutters and downspouts. Just Google DRM Roofing.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
92.5 Fox News. right all along.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Heading out on the morning commute right now, we're dealing with backups along I-75 southbound because of a crash at mile marker 126. That is off to the side of the road and not causing any major problems, but you may notice speed slowing down once you get close to Southwest Florida International Airport. Also have a crash in Collier County with injuries and roadblock in Golden Gate Estates. That's at Golden Gate Boulevard East and 8th Street Northeast, causing backups right now. Mostly eastbound, but westbound looking a little bit slow moving as well. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the cold start to this Thursday morning, things will be warming up nicely for today. Look for a wall-to-wall blue sky and sunshine with highs topping off near 74 degrees and a wind out of the north and east at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. We keep it quiet and cool as we head into this evening and tonight under a mostly clear sky. Friday morning featuring a low near 53 degrees. We're back to 78 degrees for your Friday afternoon under a mix of sun and clouds. Back into lower 80s by Saturday with just a stray afternoon shower possible before some scattered rain makes a comeback by Sunday. I'm Week News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
Hi, I'm Ty Lassiter, CEO and one of the managing partners of Key City Capital. And just recently, we held an in-person investor meeting right here in Naples and had over 100 attendees show up to learn about building their wealth rapidly. Key City Capital has been actively investing in cash-flowing real estate for over 10 years and generating safe, secure, double-digit returns for our investors. Key City Capital was founded to build and preserve wealth for our clients, as well as provide assistance with tax mitigation. And over 100 people just can't be wrong.
Call Key City Capital today to reserve your spot for our next dinner event. Call 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. Or check us out online at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. Over the years, I've had people complain about my commercials in some very strange ways. Someone didn't like the fact that we say we're the company your neighbors use because one of his neighbors didn't use us. Someone else complained that I thank God because he thought God had nothing to do with it. Well, folks, my message is very clear, that we are the company that's been in your neighborhood for decades. We do thank God every day for all the wonderful people we interact with, and it is because of God, not because of me. If our commercials bother you, my sincere apologies, but we want to get the message out that Kobe is the most trusted name in this business since 1949, and the Kobe Cooling Team is 100% NATE certified mechanics, the only team in Southwest Florida, period. When you think of air conditioning companies, we do want you to think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use, or should. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
People often ask me, how much money do I have to pay you up front to be my personal lawyer? The answer is nothing. It's free unless we win. What about a slip and fall or car crash case? Free unless we win. We have recovered billions in settlements and verdicts over the years. We have never taken a fee unless we've won the case. Our service is free unless we recover for you. You can hire the largest personal injury law firm in the world as your personal lawyer for free unless and until we recover for you.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Youthful, energetic, happy, sexual, strong, physical, no fear. Taking the bull by the horns.
Old, tired, joint aches, overweight, wrinkled, depressed, sex. I remember what that was.
In men, low testosterone can lead to muscle loss, extra body fat, fatigue, depression, and erectile dysfunction. In women, hormonal imbalance can similarly cause extra fat around your middle and thighs, lack of desire, feminine dryness, and exhaustion. Suboptimal hormone levels are associated with the development of disease states like osteoporosis, heart disease, and stroke. At Neogenics, we specialize in testosterone, growth hormone promoters, bioidentical hormones, and nutritional programs designed to correct these imbalances and make you feel revitalized. See why patients from across the country are coming to Neogenics and take the first step to feeling great again. Call Neogenics for a free consultation at 277-9999 or find us online at neogenicmd.com. That's 277-9999. Neogenics, rediscover your youth.
It's the story of two great loves, steak and lobster. Valentine's Day, February 14th, Mel's Diner presents this great combination to you at a price everyone will love. Just $21.99. The Lob Story is back at Mel's Diner for Valentine's Day, featuring a fabulous filet mignon and succulent lobster tail, including super salad and baked potato, $21.99. Craving lobster in the morning? Start your Valentine's Day with a Mel's famous lobster Benedict, starting at $16.99. Now that's an eye-opener. Feeling romantic? How about a mimosa with fresh squeezed orange juice? Just $5.59. It's all happening Valentine's Day with a special preview Sunday, February 13th. It's a new chapter in the steak and lobster Lob Story at Mel's Diner with filet mignon and lobster tail together, $21.99.
We're bringing back good times and great food.
Mel's Diner.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Health insurance. We all hate it, but have to have it. Hey, Southwest Florida, it's Tyler McCluskey. Are you paying too much for health insurance, or worse, have none at all? I host a show every Saturday at 11 a.m. right here on 92.5 Fox News. I discuss everything health insurance and how to save you money. Tune in this Saturday at 11 or call right now to get a free quote. 239-633-3140. The Tyler McCluskey Show. 239-633-3140.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, a reminder coming up in about 10 minutes or so. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. And for today, in case you didn't know, Valentine's Day is just around the corner. It's hours away. It's hours away, everybody. I'm just trying to make it sound more dramatic. You know, it's like, don't eat salad. Valentine's Day is hours away. If you caught the last segment, you understand what I said. And if you didn't catch the last segment, you can listen to the podcast. Just go to drewsteele.com and you can pick it up from there. But we will have a Valentine's Day gift box from the great Naples Soap Company. They are amazing, a local company doing great work here in Southwest Florida. And the products are special. And if you want a Valentine's Day gift box, then you will have it just for playing Drew's College. So hold off 10 minutes and get ready to call in then. All right, some of the stories that we continue to follow here today. You know, it's odd how politics play into everything in our world. Everything has politics attached to it, especially when it comes to things like deadly diseases and variants and pandemics. I know that seems like a really weird statement to make, doesn't it? Like, how would politics ever have anything to do with taking place during pandemics or viruses? Well, you've all figured it out and you've all discovered on your own exactly how that works. And it's true. It is happening. And the science matters not, as some might say. Does it really make a difference? Because if the science tells you that, let's see, mask guidance and mandates, when you're looking at the idea of mandating masks and the parallels between, or the differences between mask mandates and non-mask mandates and how that goes. And if you were to look at a graph, even a graph today that I just saw from on my Twitter feed out of California and Arizona, and you look at the amount of cases that have come on the Omicron, the cases in California as opposed to Arizona. California mask mandates, Arizona does not have them, and it is literally identical in the graph and the movement of cases. Mask mandates did absolutely nothing. Now, Democrats want you to believe, and Joe Biden wants you to believe, that, of course, it is mandates. It's all of these things that we put forward that have made it possible that you can live a normal life. I know, it's hard to even say with a straight face. But again, why does the CDC refuse or update their mask guidance? They won't even say when it's going to change. Walensky yesterday, we got some audio here. In response to questions about when the federal government's going to lift mask mandates, what the CDC recommendations are for masking in schools, CDC Director Rochelle Walensky says what?
Right. So, Cheyenne, we, in part of our review of the surveillance, we look at wastewater, we look at cases, we look at hospitalizations. We've been reporting hospitalizations, we look at deaths, and of course, those decisions are made at the local level. But at this time, we continue to recommend masking in areas of high and substantial transmission. That's much of the country right now in public indoor settings. And so we're, of course, taking a close look at this in real time, and we're evaluating rates of transmission as well as rates of severe outbreaks.
I just have to stop. Okay. So they're looking at, but they continue recommending masking in areas of high and substantial transmission. But no. The question is, what about your guidance and your mandates, and why are we doing this? And why is it that when we see the differences in places like California and Arizona, we see identical charts in the graphs on each? Why are we not updating? We've got states all across the country that, for political reasons, if we're going to be honest, are now starting to change their minds because they see what's going on. And they also understand that when, oh gosh, I wish I could find this audio. I'm going to try to find it now as I'm kind of stalling, but it was from, I want to say it was from yesterday or the day before yesterday, when you have the latest from Dr. Fauci. And I don't know if I can find this Fauci audio. I probably am not going to be able to find it in time. But it was Dr. Fauci who is talking about, look, we're going to get back to normal soon. Don't worry. Soon enough, we're promised that sometime we're going to get back to some sense of normalcy. But we got to keep, masking up or talking about vaccines. And when you hear Fauci saying things like this, is this part of it? I don't know. When he's talking about masking in schools.
And what about the debate over masks in Illinois schools?
Yeah.
Dr. Fauci says he believes masks and vaccinations are helping to keep schools open.
Before we start talking about pulling back on them, let's get that dynamic of the virus in the community low enough so that we can feel safe.
Who's he talking to? Like if he's saying soon enough we'll get back to, maybe in a couple of months we'll get back to some sense of normalcy. Let's hold off on this dynamic. Let's get the dynamic of the virus and feel good about the community and being low enough. And don't pull back yet. Let's just talk. Who is he talking to? Does he understand? Of course he does. The way we've been living here in the state of Florida. I mean, the way that they talk, it's like, who's listening to him anymore? Who listens to him?
I represent science.
Nobody's listening to you. I mean, seriously. And Psaki, yesterday, being asked about this.
Go ahead. Jen, given that the CDC guideline still remains that masking is recommended in schools, if you are a parent, a teacher, a student living in a state where that is no longer recommended, should you still follow the CDC guideline? Yes. So even if the state is not requiring that you wear masks in the schools?
Well, this is where we would advise any American to follow the CDC guidelines. And as Dr. Walensky said, and you referenced, they're constantly evaluating, right?
They're constantly evaluating, but when they have the evidence and all the mask mandate evidence, they're not following squarola. In Italian, they say squarad a lot, and it's you got nothing. Like somebody who likes their pasta really dry, it's a squarad. It's there's nothing on it. You got nothing. But again, so the state's saying we're going to get rid of these mandates in school. Should you follow? Yep, you got to follow the CDC guidelines. Well, they're not really changing that. They're not moving. We've got evidence, and clearly the states feel comfortable, and they've got evidence, and they want to move away from masks. No, you got to follow the CDC. So don't listen to anybody in the state. But wait, hold on, it goes on. Let me see what else you got.
Because the data is changing, the science is changing. It certainly is positive that case numbers have come down, hospitalizations come down, and they look at all of that information.
Well, if they're looking at that information and they see all of this going down, then why are we still doing this? Why haven't they changed it?
That's why it's also important to note the difference between leaders who are saying we're going to leave it up to localities, local school districts to make decisions. No parent who wants to send their kid with a mask should be penalized. No teacher or who wants to wear a mask should be penalized. Or
oh, and there's the straw man argument again. Nobody wants to be penalized. Nobody wants. What if a child? What if you're saying no masks in school, and a child and a parent is like, I want my child to wear a mask. Nobody's stopping you. Nobody has stopped you ever. Well, the opposite has been quite different, but when has anybody said, I mean, Jake, we talk about this all the time. It's like, listen, you want to wear a mask? Knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. It's fine. If that's what you want to do. Right? And then she talks about this.
We understand where the emotions of the country are, right? People are tired of masks. I would say not even if you look at the polling, though. There is also a huge chunk of people who still want masks.
There's a chunk of people who still want masks. There's a chunk of people, according to Jen Psaki, who still want masks. Now, in one way, if we're going to be honest, let's be honest, okay? Let's take off whatever political thing you're wearing clothes-wise and put it aside. I don't know if it's a hat or socks or whatever. Jake's got cool political socks. That's why I say that. Put that aside for just a second. And let's just be honest about what she's talking about. There's some people that want to wear masks. Some of the polls that are out there and people want to do it. Hey, could we ask a very serious question? Why? And I'm not being rude and I'm not being mean. And again, you do you. And if this is what you want to do and you want your child to wear a mask and you continuously want to wear a mask in the car, on the beach, outside, indoors, and in the shopping center, please, by all means. You know your body, you know your medical history. You've talked to your physician. You understand all the risks that are out there. And if you feel like this is something that is important for you to do, then by all means, this is what you do. As Bernie Sanders would say,
this is what you do.
But can we talk a little deeper about this? Like, why? Why are there people who, even after understanding the science on cloth masks and how they're pretty much useless and how you have mask mandates versus non-mandates and the graphs on cases going up and then going down now are identical? Why are you still doing it? And I might make the case, and others have made this case as well, that that's another aspect to this. There are people that are living in fear right now. It is flat out fear. They're scared. And when they see somebody else who isn't masked, they're even more worried. That this has been like, it's been percolating and it's been bred into them now in this conversation over and over again. When the science and the data would say something else, and please look at it. Please hear this. Please see this, what this is. You don't have to wear a mask when you're alone in your car. You don't have to wear a mask if you're on the beach. But there are people that are doing it. And I'm not saying everybody is. And again, when you talk about specific circumstances, but yeah, that should be talked about, right? That should be a concern. And then when you have people who have been talking about this for months and months and months and been silenced, that's another part of this as well, everybody, that we've had enough with people being silenced. The doctor who discovered the Omicron COVID-19 strain, Angelique Coetzee, says she was pressured by European governments not to reveal that it had mild presentation. She did an interview in Germany. When asked if it's true, she said, I was told not to state publicly that this was a mild illness. Asked to refrain from making such statements and to say that it is a serious one, and I declined. She's a clinician, and based on the clinical picture, there are no indications that we're dealing with a very serious disease. The course is mostly mild. Not saying that you won't get sick. It's just mild. And there are politicians and people who would not allow her to say that. I mean, if true, and there's no reason to believe that it isn't true, I mean, how outrageous is that? Playing into what has been the frustration of many. And on the other side, is, again, what we talked about before, is that fear. And that's looking like more and more each and every day that at least the, hey, stop talking, shut up, don't talk about unmasking. And by the way, since when is this government not into unmasking? See what I did there? Anyone? Anyway, you get the idea. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com. The website, Steele on Street East. Thank you for watching and subscribing to the podcast. Here we go. Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. You, caller number 9, right now. You will play Drew's College, and not only will you play, have a little bit of fun with us, but you will win a Valentine's Day gift box from Naples Soap Company, 6 area locations around Southwest Florida. One of them will be yours just for playing Drew's College. It's great for Valentine's Day, only hours away. Technically, everything is hours away. You know what I'm saying. All right, coming up on Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Heading out right now through I-75, seeing backups all the way from Southwest Florida International Airport, south of Daniels Parkway, down through the Alico Road exit, and trailing farther south to mile marker 126, where we have a crash off to the side of the road at mile marker 126 southbound. 41 a little bit slow moving in Bonita Springs as well. There is a crash right near North Bay Village Drive on South 41. And in North Naples, over toward Collier Charter Academy, a disabled vehicle at Immokalee Road and Rock Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea, Wink News now.
Well, we have a beautiful afternoon in store for us across Southwest Florida after the cold start that we had this morning. Temperatures should be warming up nicely into the middle 70s under plenty of sunshine for today. Look for a wind out of the north and east at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. We keep it dry and mainly clear as we head into this evening and tonight. Your Friday featuring a low near 53. Waking up, we're back to 78 for your Friday afternoon under a mix of sun and clouds. I'm Wink News with Authority Meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Liberals suck. That's why we have Clay and Buck. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. Today, noon to 3 on 92.5 Fox News. Right.
Dr.
all
Alan Rembos
along.
takes the pain out of going to the dentist. His advanced technology and no-ouch anesthetic system is used for all treatments. Dr. Rembos places and restores implants right in the office. You'll love the comfort of computerized anesthetic, the ultimate in patient comfort. A Northwestern University graduate, Dr. Rembos was voted 2018 top dentist by Gulf Shore Life. Go to smilesbyrembos.com for the location nearest to you, with locations in Naples, Sanibel, and Marco Island.
Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano. ldtlaw.com.
Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter than you've heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. Anytime, day or night, if your plumbing's just not right. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter than you've heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. If your drains are neat and clean and your toilet's acting weird, give us a call, we'll fix you up.
Plumbing nerds, smarter plumbing solutions.
The newly renovated PGA Tour Superstore in Naples is now open. Celebrate the grand reopening Saturday, February 12th. We're giving away gift cards and prizes all day long. Plus, enter to win closest to the pin and putting contests. Shop and save on the latest gear for 2022 and kick off the new year with a premium club fitting in our brand new performance fitting studio. Don't miss the grand reopening at the PGA Tour Superstore in Naples, Saturday, February 12th.
92.5 Fox News.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
It's Drew's
All right, let's go to Catherine. Catherine's in Cape Coral. How do I know? Because she's on the phone right now. Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. And your associate's degree question starts right now. Hey, Catherine, who wrote the Star-Spangled Banner?
Francis Scott Key.
That is correct. All right, you got a associate's degree. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Who preceded Ronald Reagan as president of the United States?
Jimmy Carter.
That is correct. All right, you got a bachelor's. Let's see if you get a master's degree on this question. The Civil War, the Mexican-American War, World War II. Name one war fought in the 1900s.
World War II.
That is correct. All right, you got a master's. We'll see if you get a PhD on this question. Ooh, this is tough. Okay, well, I don't know, maybe not. In 1973, the first space station, Skylab, was launched. 1973, first space station, Skylab. Was that Russian, American, or Chinese?
American.
That is correct. All right, maybe it wasn't as tough as Jake thought. That's actually what I thought. Okay, anyway, congratulations. You got a PhD today on Drew's College. Very impressive. How do you feel?
Thank you, Drew. I'm excited.
Oh, all right. You feel excited. And not only did you get a PhD, but you also have a special Valentine's gift box from Naples Soap Company. And it's got great Naples soap products, natural soaps, bath bombs, body butters, sea salt soaps, hand and body lotions. It's awesome. 6 area locations. Naples Soap Company. They are a fantastic local company. So
I love Naples soap.
Well, back at you. I mean, I'm back at you for them. I don't really know that they do a back at you, but I'm doing it. Anyway, congratulations. Stay right there, okay?
Thank you, Drew.
Okay, back at you. I just did it again, didn't I? It's not a okay. Wow, that was rough. All right, let's see. Coming up, Nancy Pelosi and the Capitol Police. Nothing to see here. Everything is fine. Nancy Pelosi doesn't know anything. Doesn't have any clue as to what's going on. Doesn't even know why people are saying she has any kind of control over the Capitol Police. Were they spying on a congressman? Have there been questions about, I don't know, bureaucracies spying and doing things against American citizens before? No, not at all. Okay, so what did Nancy Pelosi have to say about that? We'll talk about it coming up, and some other things that are going on, including, by the way, you know, some of the headlines that are out there matter. Of course, when you know and you understand the legacy fake news media, you understand that a lot of times headlines are clickbait. A lot of times they want to bring you into a story and tell you something to bring you in. And then somewhere in the very, very fine print, the story that they're trying to lead you in and bring you in on isn't exactly what the story's been cracked up to be. What is he talking about? Well, just hang out and you'll find out in just a bit. All right. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Everyone understands that when you buy more, you should pay less. It's called a volume discount. Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to make and install your windows. New South offers volume discounts for homeowners. The more you buy, the more you save. Our discounts start at the 4th window, and from there, the savings grow. New South can do this because we own our factory, and that's the power of Factory Direct. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows that will save you money and protect your home. Our windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, and we guarantee them for life. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
Well, is the little pill working yet?
Men, these days could be a thing of the past. Hello, this is Dr. Lou Spangler at Neogenics. Recent advances in non-surgical treatment for erectile dysfunction, combining high-frequency shockwave therapy with the P-shot, which utilizes platelet-rich plasma, can help restore your virility. These treatments help restore blood flow to the penis and rejuvenate penile tissues, resulting in longer, stronger, firmer, more satisfying erections. Both treatments are simple, in-office procedures, and there is no pain and no downtime. You can resume all normal activities immediately after treatment, including sexual activity. Men, you don't have to suffer anymore. If you have erectile dysfunction or simply want to improve your sexual function, call Neogenics at 239-277-9999 for a free consultation. That's Neogenics at 277-9999. Again, 277-9999.
It's a new year and a great time to upgrade your cabinets. You want Sinclair quality. You want Sinclair craftsmanship. You want Sinclair cabinets. Sinclair Custom Homes now offers their handmade, built in the USA custom cabinets without having to purchase a Sinclair custom home. You can now have the same high-quality furniture finished cabinets in your existing home. Upgrade your kitchen, your bath, your closets, even your garage. For details, visit SinclairCabinets.com. That's SinclairCabinets.com.
Calling out political theft by the left. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
Undoing mask mandates. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. 10 Democrat-led states have announced in recent days they're going to do that.
These Democratic governors relaxing restrictions for masks say that the data is on their side with cases falling. The CDC says that is just not the case, but the White House is not throwing any criticism here, saying that now these decisions are allowing more choice.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich. Those states will still let cities and counties have their own COVID rules. It's effective today in New York, though kids will still have to wear masks in schools. Former President Trump, already under a lot of scrutiny from his taxes to last year's Capitol riot, may face a new investigation. The Washington Post reports the National Archives is asking the Justice Department to probe whether the former president violated federal law, taking boxes of documents from his time in the White House with him to Florida, even tearing some up. Amid all the worry about a Russian invasion of Ukraine, war games.
The White House calls it escalatory. Russia says it's practicing to defend itself. The Russian military has begun a round of large-scale exercises in Belarus to the north of Ukraine, with tanks firing their guns across the freezing landscapes, missile systems rumbling along roads, and fighter jets in the skies. Ukraine's capital, Kyiv, is around 50 miles from the Belarusian border. In London, Simon Owen, Fox News.
There's a new Russian Olympic doping drama. A Russian newspaper reports star figure skater Kamila Valieva previously tested positive for a banned substance. No comment from the International Olympic Committee, which has postponed the medal ceremony for her and a Russian team that won a gold medal Monday. The U.S. has won 2 more gold medals, Chloe Kim in snowboard halfpipe, Nathan Chen in men's figure skating. And weeks after comedian Bob Saget died in a hotel room in Florida, his family says he died of head trauma. America's listening to Fox News.
This news update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Heading out right now through I-75, seeing backups all the way from Southwest Florida International Airport, south of Daniels Parkway, down through the Alico Road exit, and trailing farther south to mile marker 126, where we have a crash off to the side of the road at mile marker 126 southbound. 41 a little bit slow moving in Bonita Springs as well. There is a crash right near North Bay Village Drive on South 41, and in North Naples over toward Collier Charter Academy, a disabled vehicle at Immokalee Road and Rock Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the cold start to this Thursday morning, things will be warming up nicely for today. Look for a wall-to-wall blue sky and sunshine with highs topping off near 74 degrees. And a wind out of the north and east at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. We keep it quiet and cool as we head into this evening and tonight under a mostly clear sky. Friday morning featuring a low near 53 degrees. We're back to 78 degrees for your Friday afternoon under a mix of sun and clouds. Back into lower 80s by Saturday with just a stray afternoon shower possible before some scattered rain makes a comeback by Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
At home or on your phone, no matter where you roam, you can always get rightallalong.net, the new web home for 92.5 Fox News.
Your new home is calling you to live the good life at a good price. River Hall in Hampton Lakes offers the most livable master planned neighborhood in the Gulf Coast with single-family homes from the mid-200s to the 800s. It's resort-style living with abundant recreation surrounding a Davis Love III Championship golf course, all just 20 minutes east of Fort Myers. See new model homes at livelargeforless.com. That's livelarge4less.com.
Look, if you suffer from chronic joint pain, don't assume that steroid shots, pain pills, and surgery are your only options. You can now get real, lasting, life-changing relief from QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in using biologic therapies to repair damaged tissue in your aching joints. People with knee and back pain, shoulder pain, and hip pain, they're moving again, enjoying life again with help from QC Kinetics. This advanced, unique treatment protocol uses natural biologic agents, mostly from your own body. And these powerful, highly concentrated growth factors are put directly into your affected joint, going to work to soothe the inflammation and restore damaged tissue. A truly regenerative treatment. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Call QC Kinetics now, 239-893-PAIN, and wake up to a life without pain. Give them a call right now, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash-out refi program and pay off high-rate credit cards, car loans, or other high-interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right, whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
Tune in on Sunday mornings, Fox News 92.5, Dr. Amy Robbins and Maximize Living Radio. I'm going to be going over topics like leaky gut, weight loss resistance, how to fix your chronic aches and pains, how to deal with all of those things in a natural way, how to sleep better. So there's a different topic every single week that we're going to be covering. Tune in and get the help that you need.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele out of Street East, thank you so much for watching, subscribing to the podcast. I'm thankful for Congressman Byron Donalds, who's joining us right now on Daybreak. And I know, what was it, yesterday? I think, was it yesterday, FSU Day, the Florida State Capitol? I'm just wondering if he's wearing, in honor of, maybe a little garnet and gold there, maybe just as an FSU grad, right?
I mean, listen, I'm noble-blooded, so I don't have to wear it all the time. But no, I heard it was FSU Day at the Capitol.
Yeah.
It's one of the things I miss. You know, they don't really do that up here in D.C.
Right.
So.
No, I know. But still, I was thinking, you know, you may have, because that's fun, you know, to keep.
I do. Yeah. I got the ties. You know, I got the stuff. I got the regalia. I can do it all.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
All right. Good stuff. Hey, listen, there's a lot to get to. Maybe we'll, it's kind of like going around the horn here and getting on a bunch of different topics. One of them I have to ask you about. Nancy Pelosi has nothing to say about Capitol Police. Like, I guess apparently she doesn't have any say in what they do, or it's out of her purview. I don't know what people are talking about. There are people that have been kind of concerned about what has been happening in the news with the Capitol Police lately. Do you have a comment on that at all? And these comments of one GOP congressman and saying that they took photos of legislative documents, and Nancy Pelosi's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you think I'm doing or not doing. Do you have any take on that?
Well, I mean, I talked to Troy. Troy Nell's he's out of Texas. So Troy Nell's a sheriff. So I talked to him. So he's furious about this. The IG, Inspector General, is investigating it now. But, you know, more to the point of where Nancy doesn't know. I mean, that just seems silly to me. The Capitol Police report to the Speaker of the House. They've been doing that like since the beginning of the Capitol Police. And so, Nancy's kind of a control freak. She knows everything that's going on the Hill. So to me, it can't tell me that if they were taking photos of a member's office that she wouldn't know about it.
Right.
That just makes no sense at all. But again, look, we're dealing with the Speaker of the House who, we can go back down the line of January 6th. She's in control of Capitol security and deployment. She would not make the Capitol Police available to the Oversight Committee when we were investigating January 6th, before she basically shut down that committee to start her own select committee where she controlled all the people on the dais.
Right.
Bad situation here. You can't have Capitol Police spying on members, especially. If there's criminal behavior, okay, fine, but you have to actually go through a process for that. There was no process that went through here.
Right. Yeah, and I guess ultimately what it does is it calls attention to what people have been worried about by example. It's not like it just comes out of thin air, of the concerns that people have about the weaponization of bureaucracies and DC against people that have a different belief, ideology, or political affiliation, and the concerns that it just keeps growing. All we do is hear about the weaponization of the FBI, Donald Trump, and the Russia collusion hoax, and we hear about Pelosi at Capitol Hill and what they're doing there. I mean, these are legitimate concerns. You can make these concerns go away by not doing it. Ever, not having even a sniff or a hint of this happening, and yet they're asking for trust and belief. It's hard to give it to them.
Well, they get none from me. And this is one of the key things, no matter what we're doing up here, I don't care if it's infrastructure dollars or dealing with the FBI or whoever, now Capitol Police, we're not supposed to just be trusting of government. That's not the basis of the country. Yeah. The country is actually supposed to be very skeptical of government. Congress is supposed to be a super deliberative body. We're supposed to go very, very slow when we do things. This place is not supposed to be a runaway freight train. Mm-hmm. It was never designed to be that way. And I think that, you have a Democrat Party that they're only concerned with accomplishing their agenda, no matter what the cost. It's a very dangerous thing for a free society, for a free country.
Congressman Byron Donalds joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. By the way, hosting a town hall next week, right? Tuesday, the 15th in Bonita Springs. I'll give you more details on that coming up, but I'm sure one of the topics that people would like to know about more is the EAA reservoir, clearly the concerns about water quality and the lake and here in Southwest Florida. And I know that you have been looking at this, and I'm wondering what's going on with the, as you like to put it, the Biden infrastructure bill. And I'm wondering if there was any money there for the EAA reservoir. Is there anything in there? And is there anything we can do if there isn't?
No, there's nothing in there. Actually, last night I was having dinner with a colleague of mine from New York, from the New York delegation. And, look, he voted for the infrastructure bill. I completely disagree with his vote. We had a long debate about it. But he was like, listen, he said straight out, he's like, the reason I voted for the bill is because my area made out great. And he was like, we just knew that New York was going to come out incredibly well, while Florida, who has a higher population, wasn't going to do very well at all. He was absolutely correct. There's no money. There's hardly any money in that bill for Florida. And in considering the fact that the Everglades is one of the key resources, not just in Florida, but in the world, frankly, definitely in the United States. And Joe Biden puts no money towards the reservoir to build there, the EA reservoir. It was completely outrageous to me. I know the governor was shocked when it happened, when they finally came out and said, no, we're not going to give any money towards that, when literally the federal government is responsible for half of the project costs of making sure that we fix the water systems in South Florida. And to me, again, this is a president who's just completely out of line. Makes no sense at all. Yeah. And you get what you get with a guy like this.
Yeah. And speaking of getting what you get, we all see what's going on at the pump. We know about oil and oil prices. And I know you said something just the other day, I guess in committee, some of the topic came up about OPEC and Russia and oil. And it's just amazing to me how there are things that, and again, we all know the politics and how they play, but it is odd, strange, when you have the president now who's in the upper 30s as far as approval, which, by the way, who are the 39%? It's like the 4 out of 5 dentist survey who recommend sugarless gum for their patients who chew gum. Who's the one that says it's a good thing? Okay, so who are the 39% that think that he's doing a good job? But I digress. The other thing about this is you want to fix the ills of what is going on in this country. Clearly, you're causing them. Then we come to find out that when it comes to OPEC and asking for oil and Russia, it's unbelievable what this administration is willing to do and where they're willing to go when they know the fix that will take care of the issues. It either speaks to how little they care about the American people or how really the politics mean that much to them that the rest of us just be damned.
But listen, people may not know this, but a lot of the home heating oil and some of the oil products for the Northeast, that actually comes from Russia. We're giving Russia about $200 million a day to get oil from them because we won't pump it in our own country because Joe Biden won't allow it. Meanwhile, we're at the same time, we're telling the Russians, don't invade Ukraine. And if you invade Ukraine, now Joe Biden's saying there will be no Nord Stream 2 pipeline. It is complete idiocy. Why would you give money to your adversary and then your adversary uses that money to launch military actions against another country and you don't want it to happen? Any normal person will be like, oh, yeah, well, then we're going to cut off all economic ties with that country. Right. That's what you would do. Joe Biden's not doing that. And it's really simple because that oil is $90 a barrel now, give or take, 85, 90. At that price point, we should have rigs all through the United States drilling and making sure that we're energy independent. We were doing that before Joe Biden became president, and oil prices weren't nearly as high. But because he wants to do this mess where he wants to parade saying that we're going to be carbon neutral, we're going to cut our carbon emissions, and so you sound all good. Meanwhile, you're going to get all your oil is going to come from Russia, it's going to come from Saudi Arabia, it's going to come from Canada. So you can run around saying, hey, look what America did, look at us. But we're getting our energy from other parts of the world, and they're the ones that are doing the carbon emissions. Like, this is the joke of the liberal mindset. This is the joke of the Paris Climate Accords, because that's what Germany did. Germany said, oh, we're going to be green, but now Germany's relying on Russia for all their energy. And now Germany's in a pinch. Like, right. This is the foolishness. So, like, the committee you're talking about, they were mad. The Democrats had a committee that was based upon holding big oil accountable for their climate goals. That was the title of the committee hearing we had. So you have Democrats in Congress are mad that the big oil companies are not putting out strong enough climate goals. Meanwhile, the United States government is saying we're going to cut our emissions in half by 2030, but we're going to go get the energy we need from other places. So other places don't have to cut their emissions because they got to give us energy, but we're going to run around saying we cut our emissions. This is the idiocy, Drew.
Yeah, this
is the problem.
Yeah, and it's and again, like I said before, you know, the answers, they know it, we know what has to be done, we know what has been done in the past, and they refuse to do it. Which I think, like a lot of things that have been happening, Congressman, I think that ultimately the American people catch on. They start to feel this. Like when it comes to mandates, they know that the data and the science, they know their own personal medical health. They know how they are concerned about their kids, and when it comes to masking up in schools, and how all of a sudden it's amazing how this shift happens. And everybody knows what the shift is. It's a political move. All of these states that are doing this, whether it's Delaware and New Jersey and all of these different places that are starting to pivot. It's like this slow glide into getting away from some of the damaging policies, and especially on the heels of the Johns Hopkins study that came out, a metadata study, which means multiple studies put together to show how the mitigating effects of what have been the lockdowns were minimal, none, barely at all, but yet the damage that was happening to people, the American people, because of lockdowns were unbelievable. It was just an outrage that these policies were put in place, and now they have to pivot. And a lot of these things they have to see. They know it. They see the polls. They see the numbers. It must be damaging.
Listen, you're correct. The one data set that the Democrats love is polling data. That's what guides their decision making. They didn't take seriously the anecdotal data about masking, that people, if you walked into a school building and you saw that the kids had masks on, that half the kids, the mask was drooped below their nose, the mask might not fit properly. It was a cloth mask, but doesn't do anything. Only a handful of kids are wearing KN95s, and a lot of those are too big for a child's face. And the fact that you had the kids in the same room for 7 hours a day. So the mask is only really efficient for about 2 hours. So after that, there's really no protection at all. You combine that with the fact that parents have just been furious about this thing for a long time. But the Democrats didn't care until they actually saw it in polling numbers, because the polling numbers have been coming out crystal clear that Americans are done. Yeah. And once that happened, then all of a sudden we can end a lot of these mask mandates. I'll give you one other.
Yeah.
The State of the Union is coming up in about 10 days, about 2 weeks. The State of the Union is coming up, right? Right now, the protocol is that there's only allowed to be 25 Republicans and 25 Democrats in the chamber for the State of the Union because of COVID. But just yesterday, we were on the floor for an hour and a half voting, and virtually every member that was actually in D.C. to vote, so there's probably about 300 members, are on the floor just waiting around because they're doing 15-minute votes. And the only reason we're doing 15-minute votes is because you have about 120 members who are proxying, and they weren't here. So it takes 10 minutes to process all the proxy votes. So we're taking 15 to 18 minutes per vote on the floor, the same floor that they're going to do the State of the Union in 2 weeks, where they say only 50 people are allowed to be there spaced out. Complete and utter foolishness, Drew. Right. This is Washington, D.C., and this is the Democrat mindset. If you were concerned so much about COVID-19, you would only allow 25 to 50 members on the floor at a time. Nancy Pelosi doesn't do that. We're sitting on the floor just talking to each other and just doing whatever, waiting for the votes to pass. Literally an hour and a half. But Joe Biden, people are allowed on the floor because of COVID-19. It is a joke. Yeah. And every American knows it by now. Even Americans who have been completely scared by COVID-19, they realize the hypocrisy now. And I will add one more thing to this. Yeah. Obviously, the Democrats don't care if you can take a picture with Magic Johnson, because if you can take a picture with Magic, what? I can have a mask on my hand. It's okay. I got protected. I held my breath. Right. Like, this is how foolish this stuff is.
So is that the excuse now? Like when I go to some place that demands that I wear a mask, I say I'm waiting for Magic to show up and getting ready to take a picture. I mean, I wonder if I can use that excuse. Yeah, and it's like, well, it's
just tell them you'll hold your breath.
Right, like Eric Garcetti. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like you see Arkansas and Auburn. You see Arkansas beating Auburn, right? Number one team in basketball, right? And they all rush the floor. You see them all rushing. Nobody's wearing a mask. They're all together. They're going crazy out on the court. It's like, and Stacey Abrams is like, I'm hanging out with the kids, and I'm concerned about the hypocrisy. Stacey Abrams, no mask. The kids are all masked up, and if it's not that, is it safe or is it not safe? I don't know. Look at the basketball court. They're rushing the court. It's like, it's nonsense, and everybody sees it. Yeah. All right.
It purely is.
Yeah.
Sorry,
right.
I had to riff on that one.
No, that's okay. I love that. All right. Town Hall next week, February 15th. That's Tuesday, 6 p.m., Bonita Springs at the First Presbyterian Church. So be there and ask questions, and he'll riff. And everything. I was going to say he'll hold his breath in case people are worried about the mask. No, not true. All right, Congressman. I'll see you next week, okay?
All right. See you, Drew.
All right. See you. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live. DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching. It's Daybreak 92.5. Fox News right all along.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Where do designers store their clients' furniture when doing an estate home remodel?
Rice's Moving and Transport in Naples, with over 10,000 square feet of air-conditioned storage space. Designers use Rice's Moving and Transport for one reason: trust. They know Rice's Moving team will pad wrap and inspect all articles carefully, then securely store them. Contractors use Rice's during a remodel to store customers' personal items too. Upon completion, everything is then returned to your home, completely unpacked and carefully reassembled. Another important point to consider when selecting a mover is this: only a handful of moving companies actually follow all the laws. Many moving companies simply pay employees in cash. This creates an issue for you as they are not insured. If there's an accident, you're responsible. So if you're planning a whole home or condo remodel, or need help moving and storing your treasured furniture and valuables, trust Rice's Moving and Transport, fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind. Rice'sMoving.net, moving you into the future.
There's too many. Way too many. Way too many vehicles. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Cape Coral have a problem with too many used cars on the lot. In fact, it's more used and certified pre-owned vehicles than we've ever had. Ever. Our problem is your solution, as Sutherland Nissan is heavily lowering prices on our massive inventory. That means lower payments too. Shop pre-owned Hondas, Nissans, Toyotas, Chevys, Fords, trucks, SUVs, vans, even hard-to-find models. We've got them all and then some. As Florida's #1 certified pre-owned dealer, it's never been easier to buy the car you wanted, your budget. All access inventory, sales discounts, and offers end January 31st. Hurry to Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Cape Coral inventory combined. See dealer for details.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
Chevy sales, Marty speaking.
Who's got monumental savings on every Chevy in stock?
Let me guess.
You got it, buddy. Victory Lane Chevrolet.
So, I've got savings too.
Okay, but yours aren't monumental. You just mark up the original price.
You spying on me?
Don't have to. I read your reviews.
Who cares?
Well, apparently you don't. So car buyers head to Victory Lane for no payments until June on all new Chevys and a hassle-free experience. Plus, Victory Lane pardons bad credit with their goal, 100% credit approval. I just wish they could pardon your reviews.
I got a review for you. 0 stars.
Oh, so he does read his reviews. Get monumental savings at Victory Lane Chevrolet. Make no payments for up to 120 days. Shop new Chevy Silverados, lease from just $399 a month. Victory Lane Chevrolet, on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com.
36-month lease must have current lease and household. $2,000 down plus tax and fees with approved credit. All offers on in-stock vehicles. Offers cannot combine. Ends 2/28/22.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
I know. See, Jake and I were talking off the air about headlines and how crazy headlines can be. Like some of the ones that have been out for a while. Remember back in January, the guy in Florida, the guy who was going to go up in SpaceX but didn't end up going, or not SpaceX, the other one, one of the ones. He was going to go into space. The AP headline, it says, he won a trip to space. Then he gave it away to a friend. How nice. What a nice story. The guy was too overweight to take the flight. That's what it. I'm just saying. AP puts that headline out, and it's like, but that's not the story. I don't know. There's a lot of things like that. All right, top 5 audio clips of the day coming up.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Where can you shop for your Valentine and you don't have to know her size, you don't have to spend a fortune, and your gift is sure to please? Naples Soap Company, of course. They've got everything you need for a romantic and cozy Valentine's Day right at home. Luxurious body butters, bath bombs, body oils, candles, and more. Hit a home run this Valentine's Day with one of their pre-wrapped gift sets. Shop in stores at Naples Soap Company or online at naplessoap.com.
Look, if you suffer from chronic joint pain, don't assume that steroid shots, pain pills, and surgery are your only options. You can now get real, lasting, life-changing relief from QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in using biologic therapies to repair damaged tissue in your aching joints. People with knee and back pain, shoulder pain, and hip pain, they're moving again, enjoying life again with help from QC Kinetics. This advanced, unique treatment protocol uses natural biologic agents, mostly from your own body. And these powerful, highly concentrated growth factors are put directly into your affected joint, going to work to soothe the inflammation and restore damaged tissue. A truly regenerative treatment. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Call QC Kinetics now, 239-893-PAIN, and wake up to a life without pain. Give them a call right now, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash out refi program and pay off high rate credit cards, car loans, or other high interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right, whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it. Guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at GoodDealsAppliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. New York's strict statewide indoor mask mandate for businesses is over, allowed to expire today. Fox's Tanya J. Powers.
Governor Kathy Hochul says counties and cities can maintain their own mandates. She reiterated this applies to businesses and that the mandate remains for schools and other places. Mask mandates will also stay put in New York City for restaurants, gyms, museums, and Broadway theaters.
Other states have announced their mask mandates will be ending soon against Centers for Disease Control guidance. The actor and comedian Bob Saget, found dead in a Florida hotel room last month, has his cause of death announced.
His family issued a statement saying the authorities have determined that Bob passed from head trauma. They've concluded that he accidentally hit the back of his head on something, thought nothing of it, and went to sleep. His family also said they're asking everyone to remember the love and laughter Bob brought to this world.
Fox's Jill Nato. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Heading out right now through I-75, seeing backups all the way from Southwest Florida International Airport, south of Daniels Parkway, down through the Alico Road exit, and trailing farther south to mile marker 126, where we have a crash off to the side of the road at mile marker 126 southbound. 41 a little bit slow moving in Bonita Springs as well. There is a crash right near North Bay Village Drive on South 41, and in North Naples over toward Collier Charter Academy, a disabled vehicle at Immokalee Road and Rock Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the cold start to this Thursday morning, things will be warming up nicely for today. Look for a wall-to-wall blue sky and sunshine with highs topping off near 74 degrees. And a wind out of the north and east at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. We keep it quiet and cool as we head into this evening and tonight under a mostly clear sky. Friday morning featuring a low near 53 degrees. We're back to 78 degrees for your Friday afternoon under a mix of sun and clouds. Back into lower 80s by Saturday with just a stray afternoon shower possible before some scattered rain makes a comeback by Sunday. I'm Week News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Steven Tomatoes sports page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. They say love and passion makes the world go round. Love for home, family, your country, partner, a friend, and love for food. Stevie wants to be part of your love with our food, drink, sports, and fun. Our passion for your satisfaction brings our love to all of our great customers. Whether it's our brisket short rib burgers, Chicago pizza, fajitas, wings, fish fry, or ribs, it's delivered to your table with love. So at Stevie's, we invite you to share our love of great food, drinks, sports, and fun. You'll never get bored or broke. We feel loved by the sound of our great customers. We promise to treat you like family at your home away from home. I guarantee it. For daily specials, go to StevieTomato.com. Stevie Tomatoes sports page. Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Come, come, come.
Steven Tomatoes sports page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
There's no other love like yours. None can match the combination of shared dreams, exhilarating chemistry, and trust the two of you share. Valentine's Day is a celebration of that love and affection, and this is where the Diamond District shines. Visit Jason and Todd for the perfect gift to express your love this Valentine's Day.
Youthful, energetic, happy, sexual, strong, physical, no fear, taking the bull by the horns.
Old, tired, joint aches, overweight, wrinkled, depressed, sex. I remember what that was.
In men, low testosterone can lead to muscle loss, extra body fat, fatigue, depression, and erectile dysfunction. In women, hormonal imbalance can similarly cause extra fat around your middle and thighs, lack of desire, feminine dryness, and exhaustion. Suboptimal hormone levels are associated with the development of disease states like osteoporosis, heart disease, and stroke. At Neogenics, we specialize in testosterone, growth hormone promoters, bioidentical hormones, and nutritional programs designed to correct these imbalances and make you feel revitalized. See why patients from across the country are coming to Neogenics and take the first step to feeling great again. Call Neogenics for a free consultation at 277-9999 or find us online at neogenicmd.com. That's 277-9999. Neogenics, rediscover your youth.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching. Subscribing to the podcast. Top 5 audio clips of the day right now. 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Drew's 5 at 8:35. Number 5.
In Virginia, the new Republican Governor Glenn Youngkin, the man on your screen, is defending his executive order, which allows parents to decide if they want their kids to wear masks in school.
Glenn Youngkin campaigned as if he were an ordinary suburban, fleece-wearing dad with moderate and inoffensive views.
Youngkin did exactly what a Republican does when they get into power. Let's look at what's going on. Let's move this state back 50 years.
Virginia Governor and Trump in training, Glenn Youngkin.
COVID politics makes a lot of Republican governors stupid.
We know Glenn Youngkin's true colors. It's MAGA red.
New Jersey, Delaware, Connecticut, Oregon, and California all moved to relax their mask mandates.
These are all states led by Democrats in once hard-hit COVID zones, and they seem to be decisions driven by science, not politics.
That's the Washington Free Beacon with a montage of how when Governor Glenn Youngkin lifted Virginia's mask mandate for public schools last month, the liberal pundits went crazy. Oh, it's Trump. It's MAGA blood. It's all this kind of nonsense. It's a move to move the state back 50 years. It's a horrible, horrific thing. Now the Democrat governor is like Phil Murphy following suit. Repealing mask mandates, and a lot of the governors doing that. And now all of a sudden it's like, oh, the science tells us that we should do this. Everything, we're going to get back to normal, everybody. Everything is great. What a joke.
Number 4. We understand where the emotions of the country are, right? People are tired of masks. I would say not even if you look at the polling, though. There is also a huge chunk of people who still want masks, right? So it's not even that specific. It's just that, as you noted, there are some states that are moving towards rolling back or giving more choice to local communities about how they will implement these requirements.
Jen Psaki, who yesterday on the mask mandates and rolling back mask mandates, and it's like, well, yeah, but there's a whole chunk of Americans who want them, who want to wear masks, who want to send their kids to school, who want to wear... Okay, you want to send your child to school with a mask? You want to wear one in public or in your car or on the beach when you're by yourself in the middle of a park in Utah, something like that, in the Grand Canyon? Go ahead. We're just telling you, don't mandate this stuff.
Number 3.
The last thing, and when you and I get together, Mr. President, we always have to chat. Russiagate and what happened to you was, the biggest criminal enterprise when you were running for president, then when you became president. And I don't want to stew over the past, but I do think our viewers are really interested in John Durham, and they want to know what you think about John Durham. I mean, you and I talk about it as a former federal prosecutor, national security guy. I think I know where John Durham's going. How do you think he's done, and where do you think he's going?
So I wish it were faster, because I think it could have been much faster. Would have been nice to have been done before the election, because they cheated viciously and crazily. What they did was so criminal. Would have been good if the voters would have known that, but it didn't matter because I won the election by a lot anyway. But so it didn't, honestly, I don't think that was the big defining moment. But he did come up with some really interesting stuff with the lawyers and Sussman and all of these people, number one. And I hear there's a lot coming. So I think the jury is out. We're going to see what happens. But what he's doing is one of the most important jobs being done right now in America.
Oh, there's a lot more coming out. That's our friend Kash Patel sitting down with the former president, Donald Trump, and asking about the Durham investigation and where it's going. And he says, look, there might be more coming. Good.
Number 2.
I do want to ask you about Florida's Don't Say Gay bill. Your husband, Chasten, is speaking out against the legislation. He says, in particular, that it could lead to more suicides among LGBTQ youth. President Biden has slammed the bill as well. In your view, is this dangerous legislation?
I'm just going to stop right there. That's CNN. I don't know who the anchor is. I forget his name. Sitting down with Pete Buttigieg and having a conversation about a bill here in the state of Florida. Parents' Rights on Education bill. It's a House bill. Nothing in the bill says gay. Doesn't say don't say gay. But the left has picked up on this, and Democrats think it's a great way to damage the governor of the state of Florida, and Republicans and conservatives in the legislature. A don't say gay bill. What did Pete Buttigieg say about this? And why are we saying it's a don't say gay bill when there's nothing in the bill that even says gay?
Number 1.
Okay, don't waste your time. I have no power over the Capitol Police. Does anybody not know that? The Capitol Police have responded to that gentleman's allegation, and that stands as what it is. But I have no power over the police.
She's got no power over this. Stop asking Nancy Pelosi. Listen, you've got Capitol cops who try to sneak into a GOP congressman's office dressed as construction workers, oddly enough, illegally taking photos of legislative documents. The Representative Troy Nehls is the office. He's a Republican from Texas. Why would Capitol Police do this? And when Nancy Pelosi's was asked, hey, listen, you're in charge. I mean, it's the Capitol Police. They're under your purview. I mean, you have a say in this. I don't know what you're talking about. The gentleman, move along. Hey, look at Doc.
Okay, don't waste your time.
Yeah, don't waste your time.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Really? Don't waste your time? So that's what Nancy Pelosi thinks. The police that are under now formal investigation, we're going to find out. Or will we? But again, way too often we're hearing about this. Asking for the trust of of certain bureaucracies and the FBI, the CIA, the Capitol Police, all of these different bureaucracies, organizations within the government. But yet we hear stories like this and we get concerned and we have questions. And it seems to be Democrats who are always like, yeah, nothing to see here. Everything is fine. It's not that big a deal. It's like a
bowl of doggy do.
You got that right. So we keep an eye on that story. That's not going to go away anytime soon. But let me get back to this again, because, look, here's what we're going to see more of, just so you understand. We're going to see a lot more of what is going to be the Democrats in the state of Florida and outside who are going to try desperately, as hard as they possibly can, to find something, anything, any kind of crack that they can slither their way through to try to make the governor and conservatives and Republicans look bad in the state of Florida. And one of the things that's going on right now is what is being described as this Don't Say Gay bill. Which, what are you talking about, Don't Say Gay? What is that anyway? Well, it's a bill in the House right now, making its way to the Senate, that is all about the parents' rights in education. And there's a lot in it. But one of the portions of this bill reads, quote, a school district may not encourage classroom discussion. A school district may not encourage classroom discussion. Okay, you following me so far? About sexual orientation or gender identity in primary grade levels or in a manner that is not age appropriate or developmentally appropriate for students. The concern is about the ages 6, 7, 8, 11 going into a classroom, and all of a sudden conversations are being started by teachers in the classroom, started by teachers, encouraged by a district to talk about sexual orientation or gender identity. You following? That's what, Jake, right? Makes sense? You following me? Okay? The bill is saying we don't want to have your child go into a classroom and a teacher get up and start instigating a conversation, starting a conversation, forgive me, about and encouraging classrooms discussions on sexual orientation or gender identity to your 8-year-old, to your 7-year-old. You following? Okay? Pretty straightforward. So all of a sudden now, this became a Don't Say Gay bill. It's also a Don't Say Salad bill. Oh, wait till I get to this. How did salad get into this? I don't know. Ask the news press. Well, you'll find out in just a second. So CNN's right. Hey, listen, if this is going to hurt excuse me. Who am I kidding? If this is going to hurt Republicans, if this is going to hurt conservatives, if this is going to hurt the governor of the state of Florida, Ron DeSantis, we're in. What do we say? Don't say gay? We'll say it.
I do want to ask you about Florida's Don't Say Gay bill. Your husband, Chasten, is speaking out against the legislation. He says, in particular, that it could lead to more suicides among LGBTQ youth. President.
Okay, let me just stop there. Wow. That is quite the charge, that it could lead to suicides. That is quite a serious charge. So Pete Buttigieg, well, what's your opinion? Joe Biden has stuck up or is speaking out against this as well? Pete Buttigieg.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the reason is that it tells youth who are different or whose families are different that there's something wrong with them out of the gate. And
No, it doesn't. I just explained what it is. It doesn't say anything about your personal conversation, your personal beliefs, or anything that's going on in classrooms, which, by the way, is that what 7, 8, and 9-year-olds are doing? Is that what they're doing? Is that where the conversations are? Listen, I homeschool. I don't get an opportunity often to step into a classroom. And by the way, can I just say this as an aside, and I'll get to this in just a second. I'm sorry, I'm not chasing squirrels, but I got to say this. With all the issues that are going on in schools and districts and the concerns that we have, and some of the things that are being taught and why many of us have been showing up at school districts and are complaining about CRT, diversity, equity, and inclusion, how things are being taught in classrooms, the way that teachers are using classroom time to be able to kind of weave in conversations about race and equity and inclusion. And with this ideology that they're pushing, and then sexual orientation or gender identity to 6, 7, 8-year-olds, and kind of bringing this in. I just wonder, where are the teachers that are sitting and going, that's not me, I'm not doing that. As a matter of fact, very few teachers are doing that. They're not following what the teachers' unions are saying or other people are saying, or even some in that, ideologically speaking, what you're discussing, Drew. That's not what's happening. Teachers are very, it's nothing like you're describing, and you're besmirching the good teachers of Southwest Florida. And why are you well? Why are they not speaking out? Why are the good teachers not saying, listen, I know of people that are doing this. This is happening. Shouldn't they be saying something? Because we know it's going on, and so do you. But why aren't they saying anything? But anyway, all right, so I digress. So there's Pete Buttigieg, who is totally twisting around what this parents' rights and education is all about. What I just described to you of the relevant text, right?
I do think that contributes to the shocking levels of suicidal thoughts and suicide attempts.
So there you go. So again, this shocking, I will say, and use his words, claim that that's what it's doing. Is that really, that's quite the leap. And of course, we're concerned about the kids, and we're concerned about suicidal thoughts and the mental health of our children. And certainly in the same way that we've had this breakdown with lockdowns and masks and what that's doing to our kids, we care about all of them.
Among LGBTQ youth, Chasten, my husband, pointed out that, if our kids someday, some Monday morning, come into class and kids are sitting around, the teacher's got the morning circle talking about how everybody's weekends went, and one of them says, I had the best weekend with my dad's. Is it you're supposed to say, no, we don't talk about that here?
No. Stop. No. No, that's not what this is. Again, it's about a district encouraging a classroom discussion, allowing the teacher to say, hey, two dads were just mentioned. Everybody sit down, because I'm going to spend the next 15 minutes, 7-year-old, 8-year-old, 9-year-old, explaining to you sexual orientation and gender identity. And I'm going to give you my personal view on what it is, without parents knowing, and without parents having a say, and without being the ones to have that discussion without you jumping in. What don't you get? Well, they get it, but they're just trying to find that one thing that will be damaging. Oh, and you're not going to be able to say salad anymore in the state of Florida, according to one Democrat. No, I'm not kidding. How did this happen? Well, interestingly enough, here we go. Another example of how local media, rip and read some really good journalism here. Not really. It's actually the news press who took a story out of the USA Today network and decided to print it with a nice big clickbait headline that says, "Don't say salad." Don't say salad? What do you mean? We're not going to be able to say salad in the state of Florida? How vegetarian school lunches got pulled into the don't say gay debate. One lawmaker wondered what would happen if a student begins requesting vegetarian meals at school. They would get it. And I'm sure that if a parent was telling the school district that my child wants to eat vegetarian meal, that they would know about it because the parent would have a say in this. Or how are you equating vegetarian meals and salads with this debate? But they did it. It's a Democrat. A Senate hearing. Oh, it was a hearing, yeah, Senate hearing, the companion version in the Senate of this bill of the parents' rights in education. Senator Lori Berman, Democrat of Delray Beach, questions sponsor Dennis Baxley about critical decisions about students' mental, emotional, or physical health or well-being. And she says, well, what if a student requesting a vegetarian meal, what if a student begins requesting vegetarian meals and the school provides it without telling a parent? Is that critical decision? It was like, hold on a second. We're talking about vegetarian meals. We're talking about something completely different. Why are you even bringing this? You're not going to be able to say salad in the state. What are you talking about? Are you serious? Yes, they're serious. That's their argument. You're not going to be able to do a lot of things. There's going to be all kinds of lawsuits. Listen, I'm not into being litigious, but I'm just telling you. We're going to find out whether or not this is something that is legal or not. And the way it's being described by the media and put out there, don't say salad, is ridiculous. But this is what Democrats do, and we can't have the conversation that we're always told we need to have about the really serious issues that are out there when you're not even going to honestly say, nothing in the bill says gay. Nothing in the bill says don't say gay. So why do you keep calling it the don't say gay bill? Because you know what you're trying to do. And it takes me and others to have to clarify everything and then try to pull this all back, but ultimately have you realize that these are just awful tactics. And parents do have a say, and they do have a right. And our right is bigger than your right as a school board or a teacher or a union. Sorry, you work for us, and we tell you that this is what we would like. It's just, help us. It's like go ahead, Jake. Help me, help you, help me, help us. Help you, help me. Who was that? I forget who that was. Help me, help you, help me. I keep doing it. Why do I keep forgetting that, Jake? Who did that? Help me, help you, help me, help you. The movie. It was, yeah. Come on. Yeah. I know, why do we make those sounds when we're trying to think?
Because you're trying to push the phone.
Push it out of my brain. It's
Tom Cruise.
And then the relief. Glad we didn't end the show that way. Actually, I'm kind of sorry we ended the show the way we did. All right, Casey Sherman, she's got your forecast.
Well, we have a beautiful afternoon in store for us across Southwest Florida after